Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy Jack here at the Irish Hotspur, and the Spurs are back, baby. We have taken a bit of a break I think at the same time, it's good to see the Spurs back. It's good to have us back in the Champions League. We are going to be playing in the Premier League this upcoming weekend. Looking forward to it. Massive Champions League game for us. I think we've been saying this all week long. Looking to get 3 out of 3 wins here so we can get immediately to 9 points. That way we can sort of rest and kind of take the Champions League a bit easier. You could say not have to worry too much. And because there's been kind of a bit of controversy about the rotation, obviously we're going to get into Sonny still being in the starting lineup here. But I must say, a kind of a quick sort of rant or anecdote here would be that if we do continue to get points, if we do continue to get wins here, everybody, and we get to those nine, let's say 12 points sooner rather than later, then we can rotate the squad with absolute ease. And I'm pretty sure Conte would have no problem with rotating the squad with ease. One, he knows that he's in a comfortable position in that group in the Champions League. But everybody, how are you doing? How are we looking forward to this Champions League game? What are our score predictions? My score prediction right now is a 2-0 win. I think it's going to be something a bit similar to Marseille and perhaps the scoreline, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as cagey as that Marseille game. I don't think they'll dominate us in the same way that Marseille did, at least in possession or at least on the ball. I actually expect us to be able to probably tear apart actually that Sporting back line more than maybe others expect, because I feel like that Marseille team was a bit more well drilled, maybe even has a better set of players available to them, if you ask me, than I think Sporting. I think Sporting have an excellent front three: Marcus Edwards, Pedro Conchalves, and I think they've gone with Trincao in this one as well. I think that is a pretty fine front three. That's probably their best element of their starting 11. But you kind of, the further you go down the pitch, I think, especially when you go to that kind of midfield and back line, I don't know, like it's not exactly well proven, not really any I would say, let's say, renowned players of any kind. In fact, they've lost some of their best midfielders in the case of Mateus Nunes and in the case of Joao Palhinha as well. Two of their best midfielders in there they've lost. So I feel like this could be a weakened Sporting compared to that Sporting that we played about, I think, what was it? Or not that we played, or that Sporting that won the title about 2 years ago, I think it was. A very, very good one. And I think they even had that guy Mendes, who's over at PSG now. They had a few good players in that team, and that team actually won the Premier League. I think it's a very different Sporting CP than now, but I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. Maybe they could be a tough test, but I'd like to think that it's not going to be a total 3-0, 4-0 demolition by Spurs. But at the same time, I could see it being like a 2-0 comforting kind of win. Maybe not as nerve wracking as the Marseille game was. Maybe not as I would say a downer, or as much as a poor performance, you could even say, as the Marseille one. I think Marseille was an okay performance, not a poor performance, but there are a lot of sort of mixed feelings about that one. And I think this will be a bit easier on us, despite us being away from home. I think this one could be a bit easier on us. But that's my sort of prelude to this all, everybody. Let me know what you think of my initial thoughts. Feel free to put them in the comments and I will get to them. I'm about to get to the chat. As you can see, as always, everybody, we do have the scoreboard above. We do have also the lineups down below. And in terms of the lineups, I'll read it out loud, maybe just quickly here. It is a similar lineup to what we had against Marseille, except the two big differences are that Ben Davies has come into the squad for this one, but it is Hugo Lloris, Christian Romero, Eric Dyer, Ben Davies, Ivan Perisic, left wing back, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Emerson starting yet again, Richarlison, Kane, and then Heung-Min Son. Sonny is into the team. So a lot of people will be probably frustrated with that. I'm going to continue to keep the faith with Sonny. I think this is certainly a good game to start him in. You still want to start players that you know can get goals for you, maybe out of nothing, especially away from home here. But I'm looking forward to what people have to say about it. Dave will be here in no time. Everybody's just finishing up over on We Are Tom TV. Probably just getting a bite to eat, getting a drink as well, because I think he's been doing a lot of work so far today. But everybody, if you haven't already, do smash that like button. Harvey King in the house saying, come on, you Spurs. He's gone for a 3-2 win here. Big up, Harvey. Marcus saying, no Kulu or Longley. Shake my head. Yeah, with Kulusevski, he's been a bit hard done by, let's be honest. I think if we wanted to somehow fit Sonny into the team, we could maybe, as well as Kulusevski, we could maybe leave out Emerson, put Kulusevski at right wing back. I thought he actually did a really excellent sort of kind of shift there at right wing back against Marseille. We could maybe consider that away from home, maybe, though, probably want to be more defensively secure. But who knows? It could be an interesting decision if you wanted to keep Sonny in the team, to keep Sonny happy, as well as keep him confident and not maybe hurt his sort of momentum. Because I think in the last two games, he has actually been playing a lot better, Sonny. So you might be hurting that momentum if you were to leave him out. At the same time, though, I agree with a lot of people. Kulusevski probably very hard done by being left out in this one. Longley probably is shown to be a better center back all around, I think, than Ben Davies. Defensively, he looked pretty solid, actually. I thought he had some good kind of duels won against Fulham. I think there were a lot of times when he even saved us in a few occasions, or at least made some really solid clearances on the ball. He looked so much better than Davies. But perhaps Conte's going with Davies just because Longley has started the last two matches and he wants to make it a bit of a competition between the two players, maybe kind of a Ryan Sessegnon Perisic kind of situation of kind of competing between the two players. But big up, Mark. Good to see you. John N saying, afternoon, everyone. 2-1 Spurs. Let's go. Absolutely love to see that, John. But I'm going for 2-0 there, John. Let me know what you think of that. Old Soul saying, Mrs. has set up a nice tea of stew and dumplings. Gosh, I mean, this guy's absolutely always living, Old Soul. And let me know what's for dinner as well, because is it the dumplings for dinner? Maybe there's something else on top. Perhaps that's just the appetizer, Old Soul. Do let me know. Pierogies in the house, and really appreciate your support always. A Pierogi in the chat, very very supportive of us. Big up, my man. Tyler Gritsula, I don't like the disrespect to Cooley. He doesn't deserve to be the only one rotated up the front three. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Tyler, and we do have the Irish Hotspur in the building, and I am going to be adding him in just a second here, everybody. But to give my thoughts sort of to you, Tyler, there, where you're saying kind of the disrespect towards Kulu. Here's where maybe I always love to defend Sonny, and this might be a bit far stretched here, and feel free to absolutely tear me apart in the comments here, everybody. But Sonny, he has that experience. He's a bit older than Kulusevski. Kulusevski has a lot of games in front of him in his career. Maybe you do allow just Sonny to get his form back in the sake that Kulusevski has a huge future ahead of him. He's not going to be retiring around the same time with Spurs in the way that you could say Kane and Son will. Kane and Son are kind of the same age. You want them to be kind of ticking at the same time. It would be a shame if one of them were to drop off while the other is soaring high like Kane is right now. I think we want to try to get Sonny back to the form that we know he's capable of as soon as possible. And maybe you do sacrifice that kind of that development that Kulusevski could get, because I feel it, because he probably deserves it maybe more than Son does to start. I totally understand it. At the same time, he's quite young, and maybe somebody like Conte can tell him that listen, you're young. There's plenty of time ahead of you. There's plenty of games ahead of you. I need Sonny fit and firing because I need us to win this. Need us to win a trophy. I need us to keep pushing, because if Sonny keeps sort of delaying that really solid form and those kind of that goal output that we know he's capable of, maybe it could hurt us, because we need him to get back into it as soon as possible. And I guess that's what Conte's doing. It's just trying to get him back into it as quickly as possible. But Dave, finally have you in here. Thoughts on on this right here? The big omission is Kulusevski, and a lot of people think he's hard done by.
Do you know what? Personally, I think he is hard done by. I don't think he's done anything wrong, if I'm being quite honest. But at the end of the day, I think we'll all agree we'll be much better off for having sticking through Sonny and getting him back into his form and playing well. As a club, as a forward unit, we'll be much better off when once Sonny comes to fruition. So I can understand by sticking by this guy at the end of the day. Look, I do think it is harsh on Kulu, but at the end of the day, you've got to stick with Son, in my opinion. The guy has been a proven goal scorer, proven assister down the years. And for me, I think he's just got way too much quality to drop Jack at the end of the day. I think Conte's made the right decision. What I will say is there are little bits that are creeping into Son's game where it wasn't happening last season. I discussed this in the pre-match build-up, and I do think it's what I'm talking about is like against Marseille when we had the 4-on-3 situation and he tried to beat everybody and didn't play anybody. A couple of times in a couple of games so far this season, he's had the opportunity to square it to Kane for a tap in. He's refused to do so.
Yeah.
If that comes more and more evident, then you're going to have to take him out of the team. But until I see more evidence of that, for me, I think you got to stick by him. I actually think the biggest call is taking out Langley and bringing in Ben Davies, if I'm honest, Jack. For me, I think Ben Davies will get exposed. His pace, I think, in terms of the football, I think you might see
Nowhere
a
near as
massive
good on the
difference.
ball, I would say. That Longley's proved immediately how much better he is on the ball.
I think you'll see a massive difference in that tonight, Jack, because with Ben
Mm.
Davies, We know what he likes to do. He doesn't feel comfortable getting turned. With Langley, he could play Perisic, he could play Son, and that's why we had a lot of joy down that left-hand side. But with Ben Davies, we can't do that. He's going to turn back inside and give it back to Dyer. So you might even see Perisic become a lot frustrated tonight. Um, but I do think it'll have implications defensively for us as well, if I'm being brutally honest. I think that's the biggest call. Hopefully we get it right. Hopefully we see a good performance from Davies. But
Yeah.
I don't think Davies is even at the level he set last season. I think he's way off it. That one I struggle to understand. Even if you say, oh, it's to help deal with corners because Sebastian Coates, their centre back, he scores a lot of headers. But Ben Davies isn't the biggest guy in the air anyway. You know, he's not the tallest of players. Yeah, I think we're playing a risk bringing this guy in for today. I think we should have went
Yeah.
with our best 11, and for me, that's with Longley on the ball and off the ball.
Yeah, definitely. Already, I think 160 by the looks of things in the chat right now. Everybody, do smash that like button. But we have plenty in the comments right now. A lot of people are very. I think I knew I would spark some interest in the chat, Dave, with my defense of the inclusion of Sonny here. Lynch616 saying we have a saying, Jack. You wait for a bus for an hour, and then two come all of a sudden at once. Once Sonny gets a goal, they will start flowing.
All he needs is that goal, Jack. It's all he needs. Once that goal comes, you know, Son will gain so much confidence from that. I have no doubt it's playing on his mind that each game that goes by, he's not taking his chances or he's not getting a chance. And it's definitely playing on him. But once that goal comes, the whole confidence will come back. That goal scoring feeling, that lethalness that he possesses in front of the goal, that quality he possesses on the ball, all that will come flowing back. He just needs one goal. One goal is all. And it's going to happen tonight. I can feel it.
Sorry, Dave. I can like hear something in the background.
Have you got the watch along thing on silent?
Maybe I'm trying to find it.
Catman Jess, anyway, a member for 14 months. He says, big up the Harris Army. Sonny will shine tonight. 4-1. Come on, you Spurs. You're going against what all the bookies have predicted, my man. With Tottenham, we haven't scored more than 2 goals bar the Southampton game this season. And we don't concede many either. So most of the bookies are actually going under 2.5 goals for this game. Look, for me, I think they're making that prediction off our front line not clicking. But that front line has to click at some stage. And I also think with that front line not clicking, it's also sort of reflected on our performances or where we have looked underwhelming. Because if you go back to a lot of the games, Nottingham Forest, there was West Ham going forward, where, you know, we didn't create an awful lot, you know, and it's a lot of sloppy, mistimed placed passes. There's been an awful lot of that so far this season. So once that front three clicks and Son and Kane get back that telepathic communication on the football pitch, I do see us winning games handy, because we went through a period last season of about 6-7 games where we're absolutely slapping teams. And once that front line clicks, it's going to become that devastating again. So for me, I think we could see a bigger scoreline than 2-0 tonight. I think we will click tonight going forward. So for me, I'm super excited. Super excited to see us tonight. And I think we have a point to prove on the European stage. I don't think we covered ourselves in any sort of glory against Marseille. I thought it was more of a job done than praising the performance. But I think that performance will come tonight. I think the first game back, there was a lot of nerves, a lot of eagerness to impress. And we've seen that in the first half with a lot of sloppy balls given away in that. But whereas this game, we've got that win, we're feeling a bit more confident. I think we'll see a different Tottenham tonight. I think we will see an assured performance, in my opinion. Jack will be back any minute, I think. But we'll keep going on. Paddy Higgins says, best watch-along channel on YouTube. Hashtag come on you Spurs. But Paddy Higgins, I really appreciate that, my man. We do try and put a lot into these match day contents to provide the very best content, you know, around match day. Now we know we're a long way off being the very best, but we do try, my man. And thank God some people are enjoying it, because it'd be quite discouraging if you weren't enjoying it. So appreciate the kind words, my man. Dark Song G21 says, once again, our bench looks really solid and balanced. Do you know what, Dark Song G? I looked at that bench. We've got about, 4 or 5 defenders on it. That sort of concerns me a little, but I agree with you. Look, you still got Yves Bissouma, Kulu Sexy, who, by the way, Might even see come on that right wing back today. We done it against Marseille. We took Emerson on, brought Kulusevski on. He had immediate impact going forward, added more creativity. The first opportunity he got, he absolutely burned his man on the outside. So I think if things aren't going well, I think you could well see Kulusevski come on for Emerson today. Basuma to come on. Skip still around. Brian Hill. You've got Langley to come off the bench if needed. So we do have options on the bench today. And it is looking good, my man. It is looking good. So big up Dark Song G. Who else have we got? TZ says big up David. Would be a hard game, but I'm feeling positive. Come on, you Spurs. Old Soul says like it's easy and it's free. Catman Jess says great, David. Love that. Got me even more confident in my scoreline prediction. Absolutely love that, my man. Absolutely love that. But I think, Jack, you probably agree with me. Where I was saying that I think a lot of the reflections on our performances have actually come from what we've relied on the last few years, which is our attacking line, which has got us out of a hole. But this season, it seems to be putting us in a little bit of a hole, and we will. I think we'll look a lot better and a lot more devastating once that clicks. Yeah. Mm. Jack, people are saying they can't hear you or see you. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Couple of technical difficulties. It's grand. Jack will be back in. Do not worry about that. Don't go anywhere. It will be sorted very, very, very quickly. But yeah, look, it's exciting times. 10 minutes till kickoff. I cannot wait. And we will be playing in our, I think it's the third kit today, the blue and black one. So it's going to look jazzy on the European stage. Hopefully, the fans out there will, the
All right,
way
back,
fans
Dave.
out
Sorry
there, be
about that.
no, no,
Sorry
you're
about
all
that,
good.
everybody. It's a huge, huge technical error on my end, everybody. Pulled an absolute red card on my end. I think the AirPods and everything that I'm listening to connected to my phone, which then just made me freak the hell out because I was listening to myself from about 30 seconds behind, and then I had to fix it all. And Dave, looks like you powered through accordingly. But to answer the question you were saying earlier, Dave, I'll just use the same analogy. I think it's the best problem in the world to have an attack that's normally world class that's
Mm.
faltering. I think it's the best position to be in. I think it's probably a position that most teams would like to be in. You would rather have a world class attack that occasionally falters than have to rely on a poor attack to play well. If you ask me, in the case you could look at Chelsea, an attack that isn't scoring goals at all, but maybe he normally relies on the defense to keep the clean sheets. I think that's a bit more nerve wracking.
No, 100%. I agree. I agree, and I think tonight you will see the front line click. Um, and just with people saying about Kulusevski, just quickly, I agree with you. I do think it's a bit harsh, but these are the sort of good headaches we need at Tottenham. Before that, you could just pick your starting 11, put them out there. You knew exactly who it was, barring injury. But now the fact that we've got these headaches, it's a good thing. It shows that okay, we're not there 100% yet, but we
Mhm,
are building strength in depth and quality,
mhm.
in them backup in them positions off the bench and stuff like that. And hopefully we can go again in January and that to it. But Jack, going into tonight's game, I mean, you're nervous, you excited. I mean, what you feeling right now?
Um, I don't know. Like people were kind of a bit concerned with how confident I was going into it in the pre-match build-up, Dave. I think you gave me the first question in the beginning there, and I was extremely confident going into it. In fact, I remember, like I said, what was it? That it would be a more convincing performance than Marseille. I said Marseille was the toughest team in the group. I think I even opened this whole stream by saying that Marseille was probably the toughest game we'll have. And
Mm.
Sporting, while having good players up front, I think are a bit weak in the defense, or nowhere near as good in the midfield as well as Marseille is. I think Marseille is sneakily good actually, and maybe we probably disrespected them just a tiny bit. going into that game. Whereas Sporting, I think I'll probably save a bit of my disrespect for this game, Dave. I think Sporting used to be a very good team about a year ago or 2 years ago, and now I don't think they're nearly as good as what they used to be.
Do you have any fear that they might sit in and make the game very uncomfortable for us, more or less play the way we do, sit everyone behind the ball and look to get quick counter attacks?
They probably could, considering they have those very lethal front three in Edwards, Conchalves, who can play good ball and behind, as we know, Dave, and then also the likes of who is it as well, Trincao. I mean, they have good ball
Mm,
playing players up top who might make that run in behind. I think they all would rather have the ball to feet, so there are not really any players that, at least I can think of, that make runs between the channels, sit on the last man, like maybe
mm,
a Timo Werner would, because you don't always need a big man up top, but you want somebody that's going to make those runs in behind and maybe challenge the defense. All that front three, in my eyes at least, they all want the ball to feet. They all want to come short unless the manager has been training them to do something different. I think a lot of this game might be played right in front of us, and it could lead to good counterattacks. Don't get me wrong, Dave, because they might have some, neat little link
mm,
up play, but at the same time, I just don't know. I find this Sporting team to be a bit more mix and match, kind of piecing together like a semblance of a team
mm,
where maybe last season, then the season before, they were just a much better outfit, a much better team. And this season, they're sort of a rebuilding team. They're adapting to all the losses. Because let's also be honest, they lost their two best midfielders. I mean, Dave, imagine having
yeah.
Bentancur and Højbjerg just taken from us right now. And of course, we would have Basuma and Skip, but I mean, Sporting don't have that luxury. We know.
No, 100%, 100%. And for me, I think the way we win this game today, Jacko, is out wide. I think they are going to show us out wide. I think they're going to back themselves in the wide positions and back their
Uh
wing
huh.
backs up against ours. But that's where Perisic comes into this game today. If you can keep feeding him down that left hand side, that's where we will win the game. We need to employ a similar blueprint that won us that game against Marseille, because these are not going to give up easy chances, especially at home. I agree with you. I think they do have a lot of defensive problems. It's very inconsistent. You look over
Yeah.
some of their results. Now they are on a good run at the minute of keeping three clean sheets in the last 3 games. But the reason why they're sitting so low in the Portuguese league right now is because their defense has been inconsistent. They lost 3-0 to Porto. They lost 2-0 to a newly promoted Chavez, conceded three against Braga. So they are prone to switching off and conceding goals. And I just think when I look at it, when they're playing the lower teams in the Portuguese league, bar Chavez, they seem to do well. But when they come up against the top teams in the Portuguese league, that's where that defense struggles. And for me, I think that's where we win that game today. Get the
Mm,
ball out wide, get them in the box, and get Kane, Son, and Richarlison all getting in, trying to get in on the end of it. 1, 2, 3 across the 6 yard box. And I
mm.
think you will get joy today. I think where this game will be won, because with this sporting team, I don't think we will get too much joy trying to play through the middle. I don't think we'll get too much joy trying to get the ball into Harry Kane and getting him to play. So today is all about, for me, using the wit of this team. We have three centre backs, so it should be nice and quick, rotated across, pushed forward into space, get them on one, and back Perisic every day.
Yeah.
Emerson, different story, but it'll be a good test for him today. It's a good time for him to shut up his doubters. You know what I mean? Be good on the
Certainly.
ball, one touch, get the ball into the box. Very interesting game coming ahead now. So it is, but I'll
Uh,
plot it out my way to win.
I just hope we start off the half strong, Dave. I hope we don't go missing like I did in the beginning or midway through the stream. I went
Mm.
missing there, and I hope the midfield. I hope Emerson don't go missing. But Dave, a lot of people have given me forgiveness. They've given me a yellow card. They haven't given me the red. But not starting off strong here. I must be honest. I'm going to have to be careful here with the technical difficulties because I could get a red quite quickly here, and the referee, is already up on me. So I must
I
say,
do
everybody, I'm going to have to be careful.
I do want to say quickly before the game starts, guys, 2 minutes out. It's my mother's birthday today. So everybody wish her a happy birthday. I'll be going over there after the watch along to celebrate Tottenham's win with some cake. It's not quite the Portuguese delicacy of custard tart, but it will do. So big up, mother. Happy birthday, and thank you for rearing this absolute legend. So big yourself up. But yeah, Jack, game 2 minutes out. Team should be coming out very, very shortly.
Hmm.
Disappointed not to see us in the all white though. I absolutely love that all white kit. It's very sexy, Very,
Mm.
very sexy.
Yeah, Champions League nights aren't usually meant for the swimsuits, Dave, but I guess that's what we've gone for here. Adrian Chia, he says, "Big up, lads. Let's put Lisbon to the sword. Come on,
Yeah.
you Spurs." Absolutely love it, Adrian. Listen, I think Lisbon is going to be one of the nicest nights out, probably for the traveling fans, but we still want a convincing performance. We still want, a 3-0. We want our fellow Spurs fans out there to be enjoying their time in Portugal. We don't want it to be nerve wracking.
Mm.
We don't want it to be where the heart rate's going up. We want a nice, clean performance. Like I said, I'm not asking for 4-0 or 3-0 even. I just want 2-0, something similar maybe to that Marseille game, but maybe a bit more convincing in major parts of the game or major minutes of the game. And I think we can easily do that this time around.
No, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. I'm excited to see us now. I can't wait to see Romero because they have these little tricky front players. They think they're going to, run riot. I can't wait to see Romero hack one of them down straight away. Set the tone for the game. I cannot wait. Dark Sun Gido Jacko is in here.
Yes, with a super chat. And he says the beautiful Champions League anthem being played in a beautiful away
Mm,
stadium. It's going to
mm.
be a great game. I can feel it. Our first away game in the Champions League in a very, very long time. Yeah, I mean, considering, I guess it has been, and I don't know, like it's probably something I've been mentioning all day. Maybe because I subconsciously haven't thought about that the boys are going to be playing in a Champions League away performance game where they will be playing away from home for the first time in a while here, Dave. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to the away fans. The away fans deserve it. And I hope they get a 3-0 performance. Like I said, a 2-0 performance, something clean for them. And it's been a long time, Dark Sunji. It's something I've mentioned a few times for sure.
in Europe, especially over the last few years, especially away, we haven't done well. Lost to Mora away, lost to Vitesse away, lost to Zagreb away. Knocked us out of them competitions. So we haven't done well in Europe away in the last couple of years. But this season, this Champions League campaign, it's all about putting that right. It's all about putting respect back on your name around Europe. Because right now, you've seen what Pacos with their tweet. You know, they think they're
Hmm.
they're Ferrero Rochers. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like they're disrespecting us. Team like them who are barely even a professional outfit should never be allowed to put disrespect on our name. So now it's up to us to go out there and get that respect back that we earned when we got to the final against Liverpool under Poch.
Definitely, Dave. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we've kicked off here, everybody. Apologies for the delay, but we do have Sporting deep in their own half here, and Richarlison already intercepting. And we haven't gone with the swimsuit kids here, actually. We've gone with the very, very blue ones, Dave. Throw in for Spurs. Oh, got the timer a bit wrong there, everybody. It's on 20 seconds, not the other way around.
Jacko, the missus just came home, so I just had to say hi, but I'm back
No
again.
worries. No worries. There we are, everybody. Setting
Sunny
up the
with the
timer
corner.
properly. Apologies about that. Almost getting a red card here, everybody. I'm practically asking for it at this stage.
We'll have to get Nick in. He'll have to come in and start doing all the serves. Sunny with the short corner. Sporting pressing us very, very highly from that corner kick. Great ball by Benjacourt. That is beautiful. First time out to Højbjerg. He put one in against Marseille. He had an assist. Oh, it's a beautiful back heel to Perisic. We are balling already. Perisic wins another corner. Absolutely balling already. I love to see that. First touch is crisp. First pass is nice and crisp as well. And putting them under pressure from the off. It's the way it should be.
Dave Hamilton's giving me a second yellow. Dave, gonna have to apologize. Gonna have to apologize. But
I'll call
Spurs are
for a
starting
VAR
off
decision
strong
on
here,
that.
Dave. Spurs are starting off strong here, so maybe it's a good omen. Sonny with a corner here, and I don't feel like he had the best delivery in the last game. So hopefully he can have a good game here when it comes to a set piece delivery, especially if we have a lot of them.
Just put on
Good
Moon
ball
Boots
in
head.
here near post.
Oh, what a
Oof.
ball. That was a serious corner kick in. A whip with pace. You
So
know
we
what I
always
mean?
aim for the
Perfect
near
height.
post anyway. We've always been aiming for that near post. That
We've
was
always been aiming, but
expertly
we
put
don't
in.
execute. If you're aiming for the near post, it's balls like that you want to be putting in. That was a serious for corner kick. Probably should have scored from that.
Something's going on here.
Davies.
Is it a bit of VAR? No.
He's gone all the way back to Moon Boots. He's doing things at one touch today. He looks good. What a ball by Bentancur again. Into Richarlison.
Love that.
Looks for Sonny in behind. Just couldn't get enough on it, but that's much better. Bentancur has played 2 beautiful balls around the
Showing the
corner
weight
already.
room, Perisic. Beautiful.
That's 2
Tyler's
great
saying, there we go, Bentancur. I want him to be more aggressive with the ball. A few people are saying that. They want him to be a bit more progressive with it, maybe making some of those passes that Højbjerg's been making. Patty Higgins, yeah, I know. Thin ice here over here, my man. Adrian Chia says, starting brightly, front foot from the go. Come on, you Spurs. Adrian, 3 minutes in, by the looks of things, yeah, starting brightly like we want to see, and hopefully we can continue the momentum, and hopefully we can as well get the rewards from starting brightly, because sometimes maybe we start brightly, but it still ends up being 0-0 for a while. So I want to get those goals early. Big up, Adrian.
That fullback there on the ball is absolutely rattled. Took
Oh,
him 3 to stay under control.
oh, here we go, Sonny.
Pass it.
Play somebody. Play Kane.
Oh, too long on the ball. He wanted to try and get a shot off. He needs to pass that earlier.
We won that ball, Dave. The position, we won that there.
Oh, he's absolutely.
And Gonçalo Inacio down here. If he's injured, that's another center back out for the match in this one.
Bentancur laughing. He knows he caught that sweetly as well. Look at the power in this. He caught that. Look. Bosh.
Oh. You know, that was headed for the stands, though, since it was Bentancur.
I think the guy hasn't scored in like 3 years, if I'm correct.
He's scored for Uruguay a couple of times, Dave, but not one, for his club. Yeah, it's not as prolific, you could say.
Oh,
he loves a good souvenir. Bentancur does into the stands.
Sporting player trying to buy a bit of time already. Time wasted already, Jack. We're only 4 minutes into the game.
They're trying to.
Look, there's nothing wrong with him. See the physio picking him up, laughing at him. Nothing wrong with him.
Derek Hutchinson in the chat saying, "Good evening, Dave and Jack. 2-0. Come on, you Spurs."
Come on. Good start so far. 4 minutes in. Going on to 5 minutes. A good start. If we could keep that going, we'll have this game over by halftime. Oh, I think he caught that one in the baby maker.
Yeah, that's what Ribsy said as well.
Ooh, being there. It's not nice, especially on a cold evening. Making Sporting go along. That's exactly what we want them to do. Emerson wins the first one. Harry Kane wins the second one like a stallion up there. Rising like a phoenix. Kane loses it though. Emerson getting in there. Now Richarlison wants a piece. Honestly, it's like the whole what are they called? Favela. It's like the whole favela's coming out. Oh, well done. That's just classy by Perisic.
Yeah,
just a little cushion header back to the Reese. Let's get it back going again. Romero to Dyer. Give it to him. Well done. Højbjerg back to Dyer. Out to Davies. This is much better out trying to play it out from the back. Nice and quick. Davies refuses to look at Perisic. Goes back to Dyer.
Nice Dyer. Nice. Little intricate pass there. See, we get opened up there. Love that, Dave. Love that.
This is beautiful passing. Romero.
Oh!
Unlucky. Good effort. That's beautiful build up from the back.
There,
so much quicker, Jack.
Tried to thread Sonny through.
Yeah, that was unlucky. Good effort. Bit more execution on that. He was true, you know. Lovely angle for it. That's it. Just press these. This is what we've done against Marseille for a little period. I hope we can do this for a lot of this game. Harry Kane. Oh, what is that, Kane? There's no one around you to give away that ball. That's stupid. Højbjerg running off and Son running off him, and he didn't even look at
balling behind here. Edwards
running at Eric Dyer. This was my worry.
Oh,
or was that Gonçalves? That was my worry, Jack. I said it in the pre-match build-up. If you get Dyer exposed like that with Marcus Edwards, it's going to be the same with Davies. You're looking at trouble. Look how he just drops off.
Cheeky attempt
Hugo
there
Reece probably could have caught that. He didn't even hit that well. Oh, it's the bubble. The bubble makes it awkward. They don't have good groundsman by the looks of it.
I don't think he expected that shot either. I don't think he expected that shot, Dave.
No.
Maybe he didn't. Inside Edwards here. Left-footed delivery. Ball in. Well won by Hugo.
Well on, Hugo. Come on, kid. We need a good performance out of you today. Being a bit of a nervous wreck earlier. I know Philip didn't like it, but I do. He is a bit of a nervous wreck. Marcus Edwards, we don't want to leave him exposed like that running at us again. Lovely ball by Højbjerg into Harry Kane. Harry Kane surrounded, so just punch it back to Dyer. Into Romero. Romero,
Nice.
lovely ball to Bentancur.
Bentancur.
Gives it away, poor pass. That's it, Kane. Press him. Now, Sonny, you go and press.
Bentancur also there to take away an option in midfield.
Things you
They've
love to
gone to
see.
Ignacio. Out to
They're
Pedro
going to give the
Porro.
ball back to us every time. Look at
Gives
that.
it away. Bentancur, poor touch there.
Should have got that under control, shouldn't he, lad?
Maybe fired it into him. I'm surprised it really ricocheted off him that hard.
It's a very good start by Tottenham, though. Very, very good start. I'm impressed with this. Just one or two of them passes, Hopefully one of them comes off in the next 15 minutes. We'll be flowing with confidence. I don't want it to go on like it did against Forest and against Marseille, where that final pass is missing for 60, 70, 80 minutes.
Big up Simon Davis. Big up Tio.
Big up, everyone.
Big up Scooter.
It's a great start. You can't lose on my mother's birthday. It's a sin. Sporting are trying to play very similar to us, though, Jack, where they're inviting us to press them and they're looking to play through it.
Maybe so. That's an interesting observation there, Dave. But I don't know. They're a bit sketchier than us, at least so far.
Yeah, they are. It's because they're just not as good as us. But, it does look like that's what they're trying to do. Very similar. Draw us onto them, press them, and try and play through. That's 3 or 4 times they've done that with no success.
True. Into Bentancur.
Oh, he just couldn't see the runner of Richarlison. He would have been in.
Romero
on the ball. Out to Emerson.
Back
Romero's
to
gone on the
Bentancur.
overlap.
Bentancur, little dink into Harry Kane. Harry Kane, first time to Romero.
That'll do. It's a throw into Tottenham. Romero with the overlap. Things you love to see, Jacko. The general. General sprinting forward.
Romero higher than both Richarlison and Emerson in that situation.
Oh, you love to see it. Do you know what? Seeing that kit as a whole, it's actually not that bad,
I think that's always the case with these sort of kits. I think they look good on, the players. Maybe not as good on the average human being, but Ben Davies, very high up the pitch here, wins us a corner.
I don't blame him for not putting the ball in the box.
No offsides?
I blame him for being offside. Fuck's sake. But I don't blame him for not putting the ball in the box. There's no one in there. Well, there's no one in there because they all stayed on side. That's why. Sporting manager's not happy. This guy was interviewed for the Chelsea job,
I think he's a good manager. I think he's been one of the best sporting managers in the past decade.
That's it. Make the keeper go long again. He's got no players to hit it up to in the forward area. We're physically stronger than them and taller than them in nearly every position. We should use that today.
It's true. Oh, unlucky.
Unlucky.
Yes, well done, Moon Boots.
Great tackle, Moon Boots. Eric Van Dyer today.
Højbjerg.
Or what? Eric Dior.
Eric Dior maybe today. Who knows?
It's the worst name I've ever heard. It's a good one.
Oh, Perisic tries to skin him. Pedro Porro, nicely found. Well done by Pedro Porro, I must say.
No options going forward. How's that free kick? He was going absolutely nowhere. Referee starting his shit already. This is where the game turns boring now. That's it. Well, one fucking referee, man. What's wrong with this guy? Someone just give him a sausage roll or something. Loves the feeling. He must be hungry. Loves something between his lips. He's ridiculous. Second bad decision. Sorry, the guy in the VAR room is Conte's long lost cousin anyway. That's it, Richarlison. Get stuck. Oh, cuts inside to Bentancur. Oh, good pass out to Perisic. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Moon Boots. Romero.
Oh, great ball. Richarlison just couldn't get turned. It's a good ball by Romero onto Richarlison. Just couldn't get turned. Sporting have players overlapping, though. They hold it up, looking to get men forward. They look to get this out to the wing back and get it in. Played around Emerson. Oh, well done, Emerson. Good interception. To throw in for Sporting deep in our half. Whoa, that haircut's dodgy. That is a dodgy haircut. That's a poor attempt of Højbjerg, in my opinion. Or poor attempt of Harry Kane. Sporting. That's good. That's good pressure by Tottenham, forcing them all the way back to the goalkeeper. Do you think Sporting be happy with the way the game is going, though, Jack? Do you think they might put the onus on us to come out here and beat them?
Interesting that you kind of are bringing up this idea that they're inviting on pressure kind of in a similar way that we like to in order to open things up. And perhaps it's a tactic for them because you obviously see Edwards, once he got the ball here, was able to carry them up the pitch quite easily. Bit of time here, actually, for, I believe it's that Japanese player. I forget his name. Ball in. Oh.
Well done. Oh, well done, Emerson. Draws a beautiful free kick there. Fair play. Could have easily panicked. Like, they're trying to play the same system as us, but I don't think they'll get too much joy doing it, if I'm being quite honest. I think we will execute it better. I do believe we will execute it better. Sammy Spurs says, just got here. What did I miss? Absolutely nothing yet, my man. Nothing yet. We are looking good, though. We have started brightly. Just again, maybe a couple of things in the final third hasn't clicked, but I'm sure that will come. Moon boots. Don't start slowing it down now. Into Emerson. Or into Romero, sorry. Romero to Emerson. Lovely little pass into Højbjerg. Højbjerg into Bentancur. Romero out to Moon boots. One touch. Get it out wide. Davies. Beautiful. Turn. Give it to Perisic. It's a good ball. Go on, Perisic. I'll do. Winning a throw in deep in our half. We're going to get a lot of joy down this left-hand side. I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Just need something. We just need to do something to spark this game into life now. Dyer into Pierre and Højbjerg. Salzburg, as Jack likes to call him. Into Romero. Go on one of your mazy runs. Go on. Back to Salzburg. Into Eric Van Dyer. Out to Davies. It's good football by Tottenham. Lovely little triangles.
Back to Moon Boots.
Oh, what a ball into Richarlison's feet. Out to Emerson. Go on, back yourself. Richarlison, back to Emerson. Someone get turned. Look at Perisic. Float in behind. Bentancur. Kane mops up. Back to Salzburg. Oh, it's a beautiful ball over top.
Falling behind.
Oh, Emerson, he could have got there. Is he offside? Is that why he stopped? He definitely could have got that. It's a good idea from Højbjerg, though. It's better. You got to take them risks, you know. You got to try and put them balls in behind because they're not going to give us much room in behind tonight, I don't feel.
How do you think Conte is feeling right now, Dave? Is he impressed with the half? How do you think he's feeling?
I think he's relaxed, Jack. I think, look, our first touch is good. Passing is good. You know, I think he's relaxed. I think the goal will come. I think once that goal comes, I think that'll be the crushing blow for these. Saying that, though, they played some lovely football to get out. Lovely football to get out.
Played out wide. All in. Off Dyer's hip.
Done well to get his hand out the way there.
I think that's Rice is his name.
Tottenham are just going to sit in now and look to get the ball to pounce, especially when they're in our half. We do this an awful lot.
Boatez to Rice.
That was lovely play by Sporting to get out of their half, though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if they didn't get it, we would have been there with an excellent position, or we would have won the ball in a really good spot there. But they got out of it, and because they have tricky players.
Yeah. It was a lovely little flicking goal.
Bit of possession here for them.
Yeah, in a good crossing
ball
position.
In to no one. Emerson clears. Well done.
Now, get out. Put the pressure up. all the possession they had there, they didn't cause us any problems whatsoever. And now we've just been able to get back, put pressure up in that half of the pitch. That's it. Go on, Kane. Go on, Richie. Fred, I've got to give it to them. They're backing themselves in terms of on the ball here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go on. Harry Kane. Skins his man. Oh, tries to think one back across for Charleston. Still has the hold of the ball.
Oh, lovely.
Davies.
Never mind.
Sporting on the attack here now. If they were wise, they'd use this before we get numbers back. I have a feeling they're going to put me to sleep on the ball tonight.
Marita out wide to Santos. To Rice. Yep, they're doing a bit of counting sheep sort of possession here, Dave.
Just going to kill it a bit of time, I think, is what they're going to do. You know, they're in no rush. Look, at the end of the day, a draw will be a good result for them, especially after beating Frankfurt. You know, it's not
Absolutely.
like they have to come out here and win.
It's free for all the teams here. Marseille, Frankfurt, Sporting for all for that second spot.
The onus is more on us. Like, if we want to take control of this group, you know, it's on us to go and take control of it.
Perisic saves us from conceding a corner. Pedro Porro with a throw-in.
Oh, they're going to be so bored on the ball.
Santos to Rice.
Such a good opening 10 minutes. Why is it turned into this?
Tough one for Porro to control there. Mickey Tao saying maybe Longley should be in this game.
Should have been in it from the start. Should have been in it way from the start. I think he's much more progressive on the ball. Much more of a passing range as well. He can set Sonny off first time from that position.
Richie, lovely layoff.
Well won. Harry on the ball, out to Emerson.
Just
give it back to Harry. Well done.
Sonny getting dragged here.
Sonny getting pulled back on the run there. Probably a bit over ambitious from Harry Kane. But we've got to try them things. It will come off eventually. Harry Kane picking up a lovely tan out in Portugal. He's even got his hair a bit more blonder. He'll appreciate that. Charleston's the only one pressing. Where's all them other lazy fuckers helping him? Like, they're crap when they're pressed. Moon Boots.
Nice pass, Moon Boots.
Oh. That's a free. Oh, he's come through the back of him, ref. It's a good progressive pass, but he's on it today, Jacko.
Yeah, I like what Dyer's going for there. I felt like there were other ones that are open, but I like that he still went for one of those players there.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting point you made there, Richie being the only one kind of pressing there.
Whereas the others, all they got to do is block off the passes out, you know, and make him go along. It's annoying. Like, if you're a Charleston, you're going absolutely nuts. You're like, boys, come on the fuck. Sporting with a ball over the top. Way over ambitious. Gone out for a Tottenham goal kick. It's turned into a bit of a dull game, really. Anything that gets up at the final third for both teams is going astray. Come on, Tottenham. Excite me today. Excite me. That's all I want. Just a bit of excitement today.
Bentancur back to Moon Boots. Lloris plays it wide to Romero.
Oh, lovely first time.
Nice pass by Romero. Oh, lovely by Rich. Come on, Kane.
Jesus Christ. He's had too much of a good time out there.
Too much tanning oil.
Yeah, too much tanning. Ridiculous. There's 2 or 3 passes given away now. That doesn't need to be happening. It's a simple 1-2 give and go.
Nice. Simple. Well done, Sonny. Well done, Dyer. Oh.
I want to scream. I'm gonna scream.
As Dyer's trying to play these progressive passes, though. It's good to see.
There's no point when it's fucking. Anytime he gets the cane, it's juggling around. Let me down so far. Big man needs to turn up. Just turn up the heat a
Santos.
little.
Rice. Coates. Bit of pressure here maybe from Spurs.
Said Sonny, go.
Well done. Win this. Come on. Win this. Well done. Okay.
Just gift us it. Honestly, may as well ask us, do we want a gift wrapped or a ball put on it? Every time they keep giving it back to us. Now we got to do something with it.
Oh, what a ball. Bentancur.
Charlie, take the court. There's no one near
Yes, all
me.
right. No matter. Kane. Emerson.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please. No one near Richarlison there. Take a touch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just run at them. No need to do the flick.
Romero. Back to Dyer. Finds Davies. Davies is going to go back to Dyer.
We're taking bets in the chat. How many times do you think myself or Jack are going to have to say that tonight? Oh, what a ball.
Oh, Rich, he's on it here. Left-footed.
Oh, someone to the... Højbjerg cleans it up. Out to Perisic.
Back post. Kane.
Oh, three of them back there. Oh, if there's more direction on that, there was three of them. Richarlison, Emerson, and Kane.
A bit too much loft on it. Bit too much.
Oh, that's better, though. That's much better from Tottenham going forward.
Yeah.
Stay with the press. Everyone push up man for man. Oh, well done, Dyer.
Well done, Eric Dyer.
Well
done, Bentancur. Take your time, Kane. Okay.
Charlison.
Here we go. Richie.
Emerson. To Romero. Højbjerg makes that little 5-yard burst to receive it. Love it. Into Harry Kane. Harry Kane, lovely ball out.
Play beautifully to Perisic.
Just come in on your right
one-on-one here. Back post to Rich.
Oh! The nearly carbon copy of the Marseille game, Jacko.
You saw the big noggin flexing there, Dave. You saw the neck muscles flexing there. We almost thought it was in.
Oh, I thought it was that. I thought it was coming. Perisic Richarlison combo again. Just couldn't get enough of a connection on it. But that's no. Look at Conte. He's headering it himself. Things you'd love to see.
I think he wishes he was on the end of that.
Oh, they're playing themselves in big trouble here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he dances around Perisic. Well done, Poro. You won't get by Højbjerg like that.
Oh, good pass.
Oh, no.
Trincao.
Oh, no. This can get very bad.
Holding on to it.
Too long.
Oh, wow. He really should have played Gonçalves there.
Edwards already the other guy playing. Yeah, two of them. It's poor. Very poor. He could have put us in massive trouble.
I mean, that's what Dark Sanji was talking about over at Wolves.
Yeah, it's so true. So true. I love the way their nets is half green, half white. Why can't we do half blue, half white? Something we need to look into. I'll have to email the club.
Something you learn on the away days, Dave.
Away day 101. This is much better, though. The game's starting to excite me a little. Sonny, well held up this time, kid. 2 players around them. Højbjerg doing back there. Back at left back. Madman. Race. To absolutely nobody. Breathe. Just breathe, David. King Hoddle says not good enough so far. There's been some good bits and not so good bits. It looks like it's starting to turn into the Marseille game a little again. You know, going forward, final third, it's just not really happening for us, bar that chance we create for Richarlison. Maybe people were right. Maybe you do need to get Kulusevski in. And you just got to go for it. See if anything happens. I think we're very guilty, though. Similar to Marseille first half. As soon as the ball comes in, even though they got acres of space to take it down, get turned, to get someone in behind, it's all flicking it on and, you know, back heeling it, flicking it around the corner, flicking it with your head. It's just not coming off.
That's what Tyler said here in the chat. He says, these flicks are starting to piss me off last few games. Yeah. Just take a touch and make a pass. It isn't working.
Yeah. Like Richarlison there, opportunity, take a touch, get turned, knock it in behind. Kane's had a couple as well. But instead they're doing these little flicks or stupid passes that are not coming off. Like if it's not working, go back to basics for the time being, you know? Very well spotted, Tyler. Bentancur, get turned. It's better. Out to Romero. Back to Bentancur. Draws in a midfielder, gets it out to Dyer. Dyer out to Davies. Look at that space. If he turns back inside to give that, well done. Into Perisic. Play Sonny on the overlap. Oh, beautiful footwork by Sonny. It's a ball back to Perisic. Into Salzburg. Oh, lovely little clip out to Romero. Look at that. That's progressive. Into Harry Kane. Can he get turned? It's gone out to Emerson. Skins his man. Gets a ball in. Ball. Right across the 6-yard box. Absolutely nobody gambled. Someone gambled. They had an easy
Got
tap
taken
in
out
there.
as well.
Do you know what doesn't help Emerson just looking at him, Jack? He's very flat-footed and standing still when he's going to beat his man. He's got to be on his toes. But what a ball in from the angle he was at. What a ball in. Someone gambled. That was an easy tap in. Perisic with the long throw. It's gone over Kane. It's Emerson. Oh, no. It fell right to him. I couldn't believe it. Oh, he just couldn't get the shot off. Oh, Jack. All your Christmases nearly came at once there.
I was trying to fix my audio, Dave, so I actually wasn't able to see Emerson's.
Chance, Jacko. 6 yards out. Ball falls to him from the long throw in, and he just scuffs it. It's 2 decent enough chances we created so far. Let's create a few more.
Everyone just Emerson just shocked literally everyone on the pitch. Love it. Kane into Emerson again here.
Firing up. Oh, it's a cheeky little dig. Oh, that'll do.
Strange. Works though.
Corner kick.
I wanted him almost go for a screamer there. Remember what game did you go for a screamer and it almost worked out?
Can't remember, but I think he was caught in 2 minds there. I think he was lining up for a screamer and then taught against it and ended up doing nothing. It's a corner kick here though. The sporting manager looks stressed. Looks like someone's after telling him his granny died.
By the looks of it. Baby's down.
Adrian Chia says, much better than Olympic Marseille. First half, at least 3 attempts. Yeah. I mean, Jack, do you think Adrian Chia has a point there, to be fair?
I don't know. I feel like people really I just interpreted that Marseille game a bit differently, Dave. I knew that they were going to be well coached, well drilled. I knew they were going to stifle us. I knew they were going to make it a cagey game. And I'll be honest, when we were doing that watch along, despite it being a cagey game, we didn't feel worried, really. Like we didn't really worry that Marseille were going to actually have a good chance or a moment where they actually could finish something unless we deliberately gave it to them. I feel like this game, Sporting maybe have opened us up a bit more because they do have some clever players up top, let's be honest, as we can tell. Then again, though, I feel like we should be opening up Sporting a bit more than Marseille. And I guess we sort of have. So for the most part, I think the prediction has gone well. But good ball again.
Bentancur. Somebody doesn't have a goal for a club in 3 years.
Really just shouldn't do it. He just shouldn't.
Just lay it off. just pop
go
it
for
off.
A little dink or something.
But I do think it's a bit better than Marseille. I think there is some similarities, and I can understand where people are coming from. But I agree with Adrian. I do think the first half has been a bit better than what we were watching against Marseille. I remember people saying to me at halftime, Jack, I think it was actually King Huddle. He was like, what game are you watching, Dave? Because I remember sitting there saying, I'm like, look, for me, I think we're in control of the game. I'm not like, we're not in any danger to concede, you know? So, like this one, I think we are trying to be a bit more open, and it probably is not helping us at the back because we have been opened up 2 or 3 times as well. But
true.
I think our goals will come. I do think they will come. I think we look a lot better on the football and getting it to the final third. Someone just needs to speak to Kane and Richarlison and tell them to stop with these stupid flicks.
Big up Adrian Chia, though. Great comment, my man. Great comment, Adrian.
Because last season, we didn't really do any of them flicks. Kane would get on the ball in them situations, get turned, Sonny's already running in behind. But it's not happening. We're trying to do these flicks. Whereas if we just got turned, put one in behind, like Harry Kane's the best passer of the ball in world football, bar De Bruyne. Good ball into Benteke's.
King Hoddle also says here, My thoughts are turning to Kulu again.
Yeah.
People are thinking
Yeah.
Kulu should. Oh, lovely flick by
Oh,
Rich, but maybe not the. This is again though. There's no need for the first time, maybe from Harry Kane
no,
there,
Harry
or
Kane couldn't fucking took his time on that one.
this is what you were speaking about. This is someone else had a great comment. I believe it was Tyler. Oh, but moment here, Harry.
Oh,
It's
oh,
Rich. Just
Sonny!
ah!
Oh, good defending. Good play by Kane and Richarlison, though. Offside. Off bloody side.
Somebody in the chat, I
Oh,
think it might have been Tyler Gritsula. I forget who it might have been, but they were just saying, Dave, like these sort of flicks and tricks. It's just take a touch, take your time. No need to
yeah,
go for the flicks and tricks every time, especially if they're not pulling off for you.
exactly. If they're not coming off, someone's got to get their foot on the ball.
Says
You
Rob
know,
says getting too cute today.
like that's exactly what we've done in the second half, though, Jack. Second half against Marseille, and then Flick stopped. It may have took us a bit more time to get forward, but we seen the benefits from it. We were able to get more bodies forward, more bodies into the box, put balls in the box, and we got our rewards. So, for me, I think someone's just got to tell Kane and son, just relax a little, just calm down a little.
Definitely. Well done, Sonny. Good hold up play.
That's better.
Hoiberg. Dyer, find Romero, please.
Good ball out.
Romero.
Good
Into
ball into
Bentancur.
look
Bit
at
of time.
space.
Find Sonny.
Again, just take a touch. There's no one near you.
All the. Come on, don't take him down.
Jack,
Alrighty.
will you get out the dictionary and read out the definition of how to like the touch? It's pissing me off. Just take a touch. Oh,
Ooh.
it's frustrating. There's 3 or 4 or 5, 6 examples there where it's just take a touch, get turned. You're going to cause them endless amount of problems once you do it. What I will say is, though, someone makes a great comment there. We are very organized, which I do like that. Oh no! Hopefully Romero doesn't have a
no.
a reoccurrence of his injury that has kept him out. Yeah, I think he knows his game is done. Oh, a bit of water, he'd be all right. Look at that. Look at that. He even throws the water bottle aggressively. Look, he does. Look at it. He'd fire that way.
He's waiting to get stuck in on something, Dave.
Yeah, he's just waiting. He's begging Trincao. He's like, please run at me. I think in these Champions League games, we're just going to have to be very, very patient people, I think.
Coates. Ignacio plays a nice pass into Trincao. Marcus Edwards. Good time and space for him.
Someone engage him. Why are you letting him run like 40
Maybe somebody.
Jesus Christ, they let him just run 40 yards. Yeah, run it to the edge of our box. Someone engage him. He's a dwarf. Lenglet getting warmed up. Sanchez getting warmed up. I wonder will Romero end up coming off? The fact that they're getting warmed up so early.
Hoiberg. Lovely into Son. God. Weren't really any runners for Son, so he had to put a play back. But Dyer, deep ball into Rich. Great ball. Takes it down.
Oh. What a fucking ball. Oh my God.
Offsides, though.
Great
ball by Moon Boots.
Good ball.
Not offside either.
Oh, it's very tight. Very tight.
Definitely not offside.
I think he's on, Jack.
Definitely not offside. Definitely not.
Anyway, aren't the officials supposed to let that run?
Yes, he did, but I guess he felt so confident about it later.
I can't wait to hear what Nick and Philip has to say at halftime. They usually calm me down a little, bring a calming influence. Sonny, lovely ball. Kane and Sonny with a 1-2. Sonny, no one there to support him. What's he supposed to do? Pulls it back. Oh, unlucky. There's got to be more players getting into that box. That was beautiful by Sonny. No one there to support him, but still tries to find a pullback for Højbjerg. Switch play. Son, switch it. Look at Emerson. Romero. Into Bentancur. Oh, Silky. Boots. Lofts it out to Dyer. Or out to Perisic even. Højbjerg picking up the ball.
Bit of time for Højbjerg.
Go on, clip it round.
Give it back to Højbjerg. Oh.
Out to Romero. Romero into Big Cage. Well, laid off.
Find Højbjerg.
Højbjerg.
There you go. Davies.
Just play it down line to Perisic. Just play it down line to Perisic, please. Do the basics. Nothing worse than a player attempting something we just know he can't do.
Falling behind for Pedro Gonçalves.
I actually said this on fucking the Weird Tottenham TV channel. Perisic playing will have an, or Davies playing will have an impact on Perisic's game today. Good pullback by Sonny. Defender took that. Højbjerg lining up for the volley. Now, this time to press, everybody. How are we letting him pick a pass out like that?
Time for Ugarte. Finds Edwards.
Oh, well done, Dyer.
Taken out. Oh.
He's been aggressive today. I think.
He's been very. Yeah, he's stepped out more. He's played. He's been aggressive on the ball as well. Like actually with the ball at his feet, he's been very progressive.
No, I like that. He's been decent today. I like the fact that he's not sitting off them. He's trying to win that ball before it comes into them.
Yeah.
And you're right. He's had a few good passes today as well.
Rice gets out of pressure.
Play.
Nuno Santos sprays it wide. Perisic or Ben Davies. Somebody win it. Oh, Sonny trying to win it back. Ball in. That goes out for a goal kick.
Oh, come on, Tottenham. Fucking inject a bit of life into this.
Terry Wright says Dyer is having a very good game.
Huh?
Terry Wright is saying Dyer is having a very good game.
Yeah.
Come on, Kane. Get there, son.
It's a few times we've lost ball when it's gone into Richarlison this evening.
Coates, I believe. Deep ball in.
Well done.
Dyer. Oh.
Yeah, he's so panicky. Just give it back to Hugo. The minute
he tried to, I don't know. I think he feels clever. He's been playing nice passes, and he tried to go for that there, and he just absolutely.
It's just frustrating, though. The minute you give him a bit of praise, he undoes it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so annoying. It's like, just let me praise you for once.
Leighton Evelyn saying no shots on target.
Yeah, that is frustrating. That is very frustrating. We are struggling to create decent opportunities. I think he's spot on there. You don't test the goalkeeper, you don't win the game. It's that simple.
Deep ball in here.
Well done. Good play around the corner. Take it in, Kane.
Take your time.
Take it in. Here's
Fine,
the job.
son.
They're both offside. Richarlison, you're offside by a mile. He's way off. You got to leave that for Sonny. Like, he should know he's offside.
Yeah, he's been off. He's been offside a few times now. I guess Richie has.
Like 3 times. Just leave it for Sonny. Look, both of them are off. I feel sorry for Kane there. You know, both of them just don't have the intelligence just to stay on side. You got the best passer of the ball. He's going to play you. Oh. Look at that wind flowing through Conte's hair. It's gorgeous. Sporting will just see this out to halftime now. Come on, let's create one before halftime. Let's go and nick a goal. Come on. Charleston triggering the press. Emerson getting up with him. Oh, well done. Japanese guy is handy on the ball, isn't he?
Yeah.
So much bigger than them as well. Just take them off the ball. Got a lot of room here down the left-hand side.
Santos.
Cuts in. He plays
Flips
tricky
it.
one. Well dealt with by Dyer. Sonny.
Sonny.
Take it in.
Time.
Fucking hell. His first touch was shit
Oh.
there.
Wins it
Well
back,
done back
though.
though. Ref!
Sir.
Jesus,
Sir.
ref!
Sir.
It took an eternity to blow that. Oh. Chris Benoit calling Richarlison Mr. Offside. It's like 3 times in a trot he's been off. Come on, Tottenham. Let's sneak one before halftime. Let's go. Come on. Dyer.
Can there even be any stoppage time?
Nah, I doubt it, lad. There's been
That's
barely
really
any goal
a minute
kicks.
left. Kane is
Been
off.
barely any shots on goals. Oh, lucky good attempt. Sonny picks up the loose ball, though.
Sir.
Ref.
Thank you.
Yellow card. Get it down. Let's go. Let's not wait for halftime, boys. Come on. Bentancur. Oh, shit pass. Right
Wins
idea.
it back here, Richie.
Well done, Richie. Out to
Romero.
Romero. Give it back to Bentancur. Look, he wants it. He's screaming.
See Rich. See Rich. Oh, Højbjerg.
Go
Nice.
Perisic. Go.
Oh,
Davies. Perisic, get back on.
fine Højbjerg. Oh.
Dyer. Good ball out to Romero. Go on, Romero. Go on outside. If he's just quicker there, you got a 2-on-1 situation with Emerson. Into Richie. Back to Romero. No, lovely ball back into Richie. To Emerson. And that's where it breaks down. Tried right
Throwing the
idea.
Spurs.
Right idea. Put another long throw into the box. The last one we got fell straight to Emerson. Emerson's gone backwards with it. Someone's clearly not happy with him. What is that? What is that? Was that a shot or a cross? It just doesn't help when you do stupid things when you're not at your best. Someone, please wake them up. Do you know what? Every week I hear Philip coming on here. Conte's going to strip them at halftime. And he's right. But we shouldn't have to wait for that every single fucking game either. Some of these guys are 30-year-old men. They need someone to scream at them. It's ridiculous.
Adrian Chia with the super chat saying we have 5 attempts and 2 shots on target. Stay positive.
I will stay positive. Look, I do think we'll break them down and get the win.
He's torn us apart.
No, that's it. What a save!
Oh!
What a save by Hugo. How was Marcus Edwards not put that in?
He's actually torn us apart there.
Fuck me. He absolutely danced through us. Look at that. Takes one. Skins Dyer. Skins.
Oh, moon boots.
Skins Perisic twice. Skins Davies. Takes Højbjerg and Bentancur out the game.
Well. Emerson. Was it Emerson that got in the way? No, it's Hugo. What a save from Hugo. What a save.
What a save.
Oh. That's actually a class save.
Oh, you're just not meant
He just torched our whole team there, Dave. That's pathetic. That's actually pathetic. How did no one just clean him out? It's the end of the half. Just clean him out.
Yeah. Spot on. No! Someone win it!
Højbjerg, get rid! Get rid!
Well done. You're absolutely spot on there, Jack. You've just got to clean out. It's coming up to halftime. Just clean them. Let him run at you like that.
Did he blow it?
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Like, fuck for that. That sent me to sleep. Would he be better off getting 45 minutes sleep?
It's a tough one,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I mean, it really was actually quite a boring one, if you ask me. We're going to add in Nick here in just a second. But, I mean, my initial thoughts on it, Dave, was I feel like we probably it's a similar performance to Marseille, but I don't think this is as good of a team as Marseille. If you
Yeah,
ask me, I think Marseille were probably a bit more well drilled. I think they knew our team a bit better. I think actually Sporting, they're not bad on the ball by the looks of things. In fact, they seem to be quite technically gifted on the ball. But I don't think they're nearly as good defensively as we probably make them look right now. In fact, I think we're hurting ourselves with all these flicks, tricks, one-touch passing, and all that right now. And in fact, I think probably the whole front three has been guilty of it at certain stages of the game.
yeah.
Maybe not all guilty at once, but at certain stages of the game, if you ask me. I'm not sure what you think about that, Dave, but at least when
I
it
think
comes to me, like I think Kane was guilty of it in that first stage of the game. Was playing first touch passes when didn't need to happen. Then Richie started doing it, I think, midway through the first half. Then Sonny started doing it towards the end of the game as well. And I feel like it's kind of similar to Marseille in that regard, a bit wasteful.
it's just I'm starting to get annoyed. I think, look, we stopped pressing, which was giving us a lot of joy. We were turning over a lot of ball in our half when we were pressing. All of a sudden, decided we'd stop doing that. I haven't really created any clear-cut opportunities. Richarlison has been offside about 4 times, plus giving away the ball with first-time flicks. Harry Kane, same thing. Any ball that's come into him, even when he's got time to turn and pass, he's done it too early. Sloppy passes. Sonny, being okay. Again, not really finding any space. Front three has been severely, severely frustrating. Bentancur done some great things with getting on the ball, putting it into the forward players nice and early. But then again, reverted to type, stopped doing that after a while. Defense, I was just praising up until that. For me, I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm not very, very confused, Jack. Like, why start pressing and then you get so much joy from it and then sit off? I'm very, very confused. Keep pressing them. Keep getting your joy. Again, same old story as Marseille, Jack. Front three pissed me off.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Nick, you're in here, my man. I'm gonna get kind of your thoughts on things here. Uh, Nick, I can hear for some reason Philip potentially somewhere in the background.
Nick, I
Hear
can't
Philip.
hear you.
Well, I'm like when I unmute him, I can hear Philip. But we're gonna get Wes, I guess, in instead. We're gonna bring Wes in instead here. Um, Sorry about that. I'm not sure I can just blatantly hear Philip when I unmute him.
Is Philip
But
here?
no, I added Wes instead simply because I thought he was doing that watch along, which I can hear right now. Actually,
Oh,
funny enough, I can
Philip's
hear him on a
supposed to
watch
be
along.
here. He said he was going to do it. Anyway,
Sorry about that, Dave. Well, he said he was doing the watch along, and I could hear him, in fact, on that watch along just right now. But I'm gonna add Wes in here, I guess, instead. Just give me a moment here.
it's a really frustrating first half. I'm getting really, really annoyed with what's going on. So
All
look,
right,
we
got
shouldn't have
Wes
to.
in here. Wes, thoughts on this half? Frustrating, boring? What are your thoughts, my man?
Both. It's both. Um, that's we're playing very slow. Our passing is so slow. I mean, and then Richarlison, that's 4 times he was off the mark 4 times. I'm like, you got to be able to time those runs the correct way. You got to know where. If you're going to be in that front three and you're pretty much trying to go in behind, you got to be on the line. You got to run at the right time to get those type of passes to go through the onside. You can't just keep wasting potential good passes like that because he had very good passes that he just did not time the run the right way. And then the whole one-touch passing thing is, starting to become a problem because, we're not that technical. We're not Barcelona out here. We're not Real Madrid where we have nothing but great like players who can handle the ball very well. We got probably 4 players I see out on the pitch that can kind of do that. The rest of them are like kind of average when it comes to ball control. So doing the one-touch passing, even though that does open us up to go on a run quicker if we do it the correct way, but our passing right now for I said the whole season has been not on that level to be able to do that just yet. I don't know what's the deal or what's the what Conte has to do to get this team to start clicking, but it's not clicking. Especially every first half, I'm noticing that we play like this every first half. For some reason, we just it's like we're off the gas pedal.
Hmm.
And then the pressing, we're not pressing. we started to press and we were kind of staying on their side. We actually keeping them kind of pressured, and then we come for some reason. I guess they got tired. I don't know. I'm like, they shouldn't be tired because we didn't have a game Saturday, so they don't have extra days to just prep up and get ready for this game. I don't understand why they're looking like even Romero. Romero for some reason had to sit down a little bit because he was tired for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what the weather is in Portugal. I'm assuming it's mildly hot, but you know they don't kind of a lot of stuff is confusing me right now. That was confusing first half and very boring. None very methodical. It's not what we really want, and it's not making me any happier because we keep doing this every game. This is going on the eighth game where the first half is always kind of trash, and then somehow we find a magical goal in the second half, and that always seems to save us. But we can't keep relying on that throughout the whole season if we want to stay consistent.
Definitely, definitely. Nick, what are your thoughts? On this first half, a bit boring for you, perhaps a bit pedestrian.
Yeah, except for first off, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you
Mhm.
just fine.
Okay, good. Except for that last 2 minutes. I mean, the last 2 minutes was not boring. It was frustrating and pissed me off to high heaven. But yeah, man. So listen, I got a theory because the main talking point is this one touch flick on, try to send the player. We see it so much in the first half in the last few matches. I have this theory that it's a tactic to save the physicality off of Kane and our other front three, because especially with teams who are crowding the midfield, they get as soon as Kane gets the ball, they're sending 2-3 players in on him, and they're pressing real hard and trying to get the ball out really quick. It saves his body, so he doesn't have to use his physicality as much to work the hold-up play. And I got the theory that we're trying to do that in the first half, so he can add it in a hell of a lot more in the second half. And the same goes for Richie, because Richie seems to be the only real action man right now. And it seems to me like we're trying to use him as a dummy and draw out defenders to open up space for Son to make a run, but they're not buying it. They're marking Son, and they're not going for the dummy from Richie. So something right here, what we're doing in the first half is not working on an attacking end. I don't think we're creating great. They're creating great chances and opening up space for themselves, except for that last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know what
worried
you
me.
mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. People are very frustrated by the looks of things. I think they're thinking it's very pedestrian. But I guess Adrian Chia is thinking we should be positive here, especially maybe with the shots on target. I think we could be doing a lot better, though, Adrian. He also says Dyer made Edwards look like Maradona, an England cap perhaps soon for Marcus
Uh-huh.
Edwards. I mean, he made an absolute amazing run through our midfield, and that was terrifying to see at the end of the game
Yeah.
there from you, Wes.
Yeah, that was scary. I thought that was really going on to be going in, to be honest with you, because Lloris whenever it gets close in the box like that, for some reason I noticed Lloris he starts folding, he starts just stand still when players make amazing runs like that. He doesn't really react in time, and he just barely put something on that because that was going to just roll in. It was just literally just going to roll in 2 miles per hour inside the goal. But that was an amazing run. We have to really start like that, and that's because we're not. First, our positioning is not very good. Sometimes we go too far up, and I understand we're trying to, but if we're going to go too far up, we got to really go aggressive when we're pressing. If we're not going full 10 pressing, the opponent's going to find openings of space to pass, and they're going to pass right through us. It's happened every game. Every time we're not in the right position, every time we're not going full throttle with our pressing, and we just kind of barely, we're like halfway pressing, they pass right through us, and then boom, they're on a run on down our side, and it's getting very annoying because that's just mentality at that point. There's nothing you can really. That's not really a training thing. It kind of is, but it's kind of not at the same time. It's a mentality that you got to keep doing it, and you can't just do it halfway. You got to go ahead and full press. If you're going to full press, that means everybody has to do their job. Everybody has to go at their man because Conte has it set up for a way of where they have to press at specific times according to where the ball is. He has it set up right there with the formation. So there's no reason why they should just be, if we're not pressing like we're supposed to be pressing, they should be just passing right through us and then boom, going on a run with a very fast player, like what they got in Edwards, because Edwards is clearly very fast and very tidy with the ball. and we're not really doing that on our attacking side like he is. So it's I'm very confused right now. I'll be honest with you.
He absolutely diced through us. He absolutely diced through us. The regular who's been a member for 11 months says, "Come on, you Spurs! Massive second half needed, certainly." And I think we need to get 3 points here because we've been continuing to say if we get 3 points off the back here, or if we get 9 points from 3 games here, then I think we'll be able to be in a good position where we don't need to be worrying about these results too much. We don't need to be worrying about these games too much. So we need to get 3 points here no matter what. To you though, Nick, when it comes to maybe the issues that Spurs are having in this game, where would you point it to? Like, where would be probably the part that Spurs need to improve on the most right away? Where would Conte maybe be pointing his fingers at?
You know what? I think we got to play to the strengths of his system. I know nobody wants to see Emerson take the ball down, to the touchline and try to put in a cross, but we need that to happen. We need it to happen. We need a little bit more because we've gotten some joy out of there. It's just nobody's taking the opportunity to jump on the ball when he's put it in. So, we need to put a little more confidence that he's going to make something happen. The first 20 minutes, we looked a hell of a lot better. And a lot of that was because of Perisic. A lot of it was his ball play. His interaction with the midfield was great in that first 20 minutes. And they were able to get the ball to him further upfield, and he was able to do something with it. Now, we got to use both those sides right there because they're crowding us out in the midfield. I'm hoping that's – I'm hoping that's a plan for the second half. Jump in there, Wes.
That's exactly it, because I've noticed Romero is not passing Ray out the ball again. You saw him. I don't know if y'all saw the third time he tried. It was a time for Romero. He had a chance he had an option for either Harry Kane to go to his feet for his hold up play or to pass to Real. He did not pass Real for like the third straight time. He has to pass to him. Some coach got to get to him and say, I understand you think he's not that good, but blah blah blah. But you got to pass to him for the system to work, for the formation of the system to work. No matter if he's a great dribbler or not, if you believe in his talent or you don't think he's good enough to really be a partnership on that right side, you have to pass on the ball to open up space. You have to, because right now it's very one-sided and they're very much dominating the midfield, and then of course Perisic's side. If you're not giving Royal the ball for the defense to start worrying about him as well, that's not going to open up the rest of our players, because that's going to mess up the whole formation. The whole formation is off of our wing backs. Now, what Conte could do, he could sub out Real and put in Kulusevski, and maybe Romero be more comfortable playing with him. And of course, that'd be another great dribbler and crosser into the box. But I'm sure for the first 10, 20 minutes, he's not going to do that. It's going to be Royal out there. So Romero got to get a grip, passing the ball, make something happen with him, partner with him, work with him, do something, go off of what his talents are. He's got a pretty good length in stamina. He can run for miles, Real. He's not the greatest dribbler, but he works hard. Work with him with his best abilities. Don't fault on what he can't do,
Are we going to be
But
exposed if we were to put Kulusevski in for someone like Emerson?
I don't think we'd be exposed. I think Kulusevski is a distance. I think he showed that he could play
Because he did a
right wing back
fantastic
a little bit.
last time when he came in.
Yeah. When he came in right wing back, he did excellent. Because all you really have to do, you don't have to be the greatest defender. You just have to be able to know where the right position you're supposed to be at according to certain situations, and you got to be able to contain. You got to be able to stay in front of your man and don't fall for the little feints and tricks. If you do that, and you're made more, and your style is more of an offensive or right wing back, that's kind of perfect for Kulusevski, but he could still run. He has the stamina to go up and down. So I don't really see it as a downgrade. But then again, he could put Doherty out there too. So who knows if I don't know if he's on the roster or not.
Yeah,
I didn't look at it today.
I feel like Kulusevski should come in if you ask me, Nick, mostly because I kind of agree. I think we've been a bit pedestrian in this half, but looks like we're about to get started here. So, Nick, maybe any final thoughts before we get going into the second half?
I want to see some kind of a change, either a substitution or formation change in the first 10 minutes, man, or maybe less. Yeah, we got to switch things up.
Definitely. Well, the players are coming out here. I don't see any substitutions unless I'm wrong, boys. By the looks of things, it's probably going to be the same lineup. That is pretty typical of Conte.
Is that Jim Broadbent?
Yeah. He'll keep this lineup
Usually
for
waits
at least
10,
10
15
minutes. Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. He'll give them 10, 15 minutes, and then if they don't show anything, he'll sub them out.
Definitely.
All right, I'll see you in a bit.
Alrighty. Thank you, Wes. Thank you for coming on. And then Nick as well. Really do appreciate you coming on as well. But everybody, do smash that like button. Do as well. Get your thoughts into the chat. Looking forward into the second half here. We'll get David back in just a minute here, and then we'll get the Godfather at the end of full time at the end of this one. Goalkeeper, everybody rushing out here, about to get the half started. By the looks of things, it seems like the teams have sort of come out at the same time. Last time out, I remember Spurs were the first team, I think, to meet Marseille. They were waiting for them at halftime and put in a very good performance, at least by the looks of things, in the second half. So something a bit different here. Maybe Conte, in fact, did have a lot to say to them, either tactically or I guess just had a lot to say to them by the looks of things, because it seems like we're getting the half started soon here. I think I'm going to have to re-add David in here by the looks of things because he hasn't popped in automatically. So give me a second here, everybody. But just making sure I also pull up the game, but about to kick off, and we have kicked off. So let me get the timer now sorted for you. Lots of things going on at once here. Ball already in a good position here to Trincao. Bit of a slow possession here for the likes of Sporting. Ball to Pedro Porro, back into the back line. Deep in their half here, Matthias Rice being pressured by Richarlison, goes out for a corner, or goes out for a goal kick, actually, by the looks of things. I do hope we start this half well, everybody, because it is kind of, I don't know, maybe a bit more concerning, a bit more pedestrian than Marseille was. I don't know if I'm worried about how they're going to come after us in this game, Sporting, but I don't know. They seem to have threatened our goal maybe a bit more than Marseille did, if you ask me. Marseille, I wasn't really too worried about how they threatened our goal. Whereas in this one, I think it's a bit of a different story. Marcus Edwards absolutely tore us apart, as you could tell. But about to add David here in just a second here. In 2 seconds. Don't you worry. Alrighty, Dave, the floor is yours.
Oh, hopefully we see a much better performance this half. That last half nearly sent me to fucking sleep, lad. Oh, well, I just want to see us be a bit more creative. I really do. That's better.
Saucing people
That's
already.
better. Oh, Charlison, get your head up. He's true. Acres of space. Oh, good pressure. Who's that? Well done, Perisic. Davies, good pass. Son, Perisic. Kane. That's it. Let's go. Emerson, go. On the overlap, kid. On your bike.
Romero,
where's he passing that to?
Romero, what is that?
Where was he even hitting that to? Oh, Emerson.
Nice.
To Richarlison. Back to Emerson. Back to Richarlison.
Maybe out for a throw in. Yeah,
we're getting a bit of Brazilian link up here.
It's the Brazilian shithousery on the wing backs for sure. On the right side. They're very good at pressing together, Richie and Emerson.
Yeah. If they could strike up a partnership, it would be good, you know? Like what Emerson has with Kulu.
Oh, lovely first time by Kane here. Perisic. Nice.
Oh, Charlison, get in the box. Sonny, get in the box. It's a good ball back.
Emerson!
Oh, saved by the keeper.
Won it well.
There's a clear pattern of where we're getting our chances from, Jack. You know, that's 3 or 4 times we've gone out wide and got good deliveries in. Oh, he done all the right things as well. Headed it down.
We love that back post delivery. We love that back post delivery.
Oh, unlucky Emerson. Good ball in by Kane as well. Let's go, Sonny. This is where you're most referee. It's a yellow. Not too keen on his cards today, Jack.
Maybe not. Perhaps forgot him at home like the last referee did, and then when he found them at halftime, was too scared to even take them out. In fact, dropped them.
Probably back in Serbia. He left
nervous ref again.
Locker.
I haven't said sir too many times today. It's been that much of a boring game.
Yeah, actually, it's that. Oh, Emerson again. Emerson. Oh!
Emo!
He's getting chances time and time again now on that side.
Here, Emerson.
Another golden opportunity. What a ball by Harry Kane. Emerson's
Harry.
on.
Gorgeous.
What a time on the
Emerson.
run.
Oh, not bad.
Oh.
Not a bad finish, actually, or not a bad attempt here.
Oh, if he could just get it across a bit more, unlucky.
Yeah, you wanted him to go far post there, but
Yeah.
he almost went through the legs. Actually, smart
Yeah.
play by the keeper.
Look, at least he made connection, you know?
Yeah, he hit it down into the ground, what you want to see, Matt. Not a souvenir or anything. Didn't make
Still good
himself look
chances.
foolish by any means. Didn't make himself look foolish.
Geez, Emerson could have been on a hat trick today. Good ball by
Oh,
Sonny.
good ball again from Sonny. Much better deliveries this game from Sonny.
Dude, how's that a
Benton
free
core.
out? He jumped and the defender just went straight to the ground. How is that a fucking free out? Oh my God, it's so poor. The guy's got a haircut of a pedophile. What's his name? It's the state of that haircut going down like that.
Their left wing back.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Adrian Chia saying, we are getting closer. Stay positive, lads. Come on, you Spurs. We're going to need you, Adrian, in this month, my man. We're going to need that positivity. We're going to need that sort of energy, brother. Big up, Adrian.
I will say, if Emerson keeps getting them chances, or there is an opportunity here to bring on Kulu for Emerson at some stage and get him to make the same runs Emerson is making. But Sonny picks up the ball here. He's in a bit of space. Nah, he needs to be more. Needs to be more direct. He tried to beat him twice. There's no need.
Oh, Ben
Oh,
Davies. Oh, beautiful pass.
Sonny.
Find Kane. Just play. Oh, Richie.
Sonny,
Oh, he still wins it. Lovely.
Well done.
Sir! Why are you playing advantage? Give us that free kick. What?
Oh, he gives a goal, man.
Why is he giving
Oh.
advantage?
Oh, he's awful.
Why? It's at the top. Did he give advantage or what is
He
that?
gave advantage, but there was no advantage, you know. And then,
Why?
Bloody
The
annoying.
top of our own box.
It's a good start to the second half, though, by Tottenham. You know, creating much better chances than what we did in the first half. That referee is starting to annoy me. Richarlison picks up the ball.
Nice.
Well done, Højbjerg. Oh, what a turn.
Osberg.
Ref. Osberg. That gets me every time.
I can smell a Kane screamer coming, says Vince Vega.
I hope so.
Gorgeous.
I hope so. Hopefully he's a few minutes ahead and he's predicting the future, knowing what's going to happen.
Sonny over the free kick.
Just putting a nice delivery here. Kane on the overhead. That'd be lovely. It's a much better start to this half, though. Just stay on side. Sneaky. What an idea. What an idea. That's straight from De Villa's handbook, Jack.
Yeah, no one saw that coming.
No. I thought he was going to float one over the top. Cade running off. Cade might have been able to hit that first time, maybe. Emerson picking up another throw-in. It's gone to Bentancur. Højbjerg trying to get control. Over to Moon Boots. Good ball by Moon Boots. Perisic. Oh, it's just gone out of play. It's much better, though. We're trying a lot more this half, which I like. The goal will come. You keep trying, the reward will come. Sporting manager definitely can't be too happy with that start to the game for them in the second half.
But I don't know. Like we started well in the first half last time, Dave. We need to actually get something from it, though.
Yeah. Nah, there's definitely a couple of goals here for us. We just got to keep doing the right things.
Mm-hmm.
Win that.
Deep into Davies.
He just heads it into no man's land every fucking time.
Well done, Perisic.
Good ball by
Højbjerg into
Højbjerg.
Richie. Great hold up.
Gotta play Kane.
Finds Kane running in behind.
Kane.
Goes for
Oh!
Went for a left-footed across goal attempt. Would have been
Yeah.
a hell of a finish if he pulled it off. But
And the rebound nearly fucking comes off there. Look. Oh, I was going wide, but it's much better though. Good pass by Richarlison. That's much better. Get
really
the
a
ball, get
hold-up play
turned
that
and play it in.
that helped him out there. It was exceptional hold-up play from him.
Just keep pressing them. I said this coming towards the end of the half. We got so much joy out of it early in the first half. If you just keep pressing them, they're going to give you chances.
King Huddle saying, much better this is. We borrowed Liverpool's inhalers at halftime.
Seems like it, yeah. You know what that's about, Jack, don't you? The inhalers. Apparently, like more than half of Liverpool squad have asthma, and basically they're using the inhalers to, like, I don't know, it's some like sort of performance
No,
enhancement.
Emerson, back
Oh,
post, Perisic.
oh, frustrating that.
It's a poor
Perisic
cross.
saying to Richarlison, "You heard the call. Why didn't you get out the way?"
Tyler
Good
also
ball.
saying Emerson had Sonny. Why did he lob it there? Maybe I think that was not a good decision. I think by Emerson there, if you ask me.
Do you know what? Just looking at Kane's shot on that goalkeeper and he punched it. Someone have another crack on him. That's it, Sonny. Oh, he's dancing through again. Marcus Edwards has been tidy enough on the ball, you know.
He honestly, Dave, he absolutely destroyed our defense.
Even there in that little tight space to play out the way he did.
That run he had was amazing.
Yeah, it was fucking took out 8 of our players.
Uh-oh.
No, close him. Well done, Dyer. Good block. Someone get out to him. Don't let him put the ball in. Well done, Bentancur and Emerson. Good defending. That's a free out. Good teamwork by the two boys there. Once we get one, their confidence will go.
I think it's whoever gets this first goal here.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like I don't know, the 2-0 prediction really does seem still on here.
Yeah, I think it is on. Moon boots. Don't start doing this 10 touches stuff.
Emerson. Oh, well done. Oh, Rich.
Rich.
Like, what's the point of playing that ball into him, Dave? Like,
there is none. It's defeating the purpose if he's just going to do that.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's so much harder to play that ball into Richie, and it's so much easier just to have a bit of composure there.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's so frustrating. Well picked up. Højbjerg in loads of space here. Get turned.
Well read.
Out to Romero. Romero, good ball into Richarlison.
Nice touch by
Rich.
Rich.
Richarlison! No! It's much better. Much better. The best of the chances falling to the two Brazilians today.
Yeah.
Great touch to get away.
Yeah.
Oh. Tries to bend it. You can see what he's doing. Just didn't get enough on it.
Would you consider putting Kulusevski on for an Emerson in this one, Dave? Do it again?
Yeah.
Bentancur into Richie.
I'm not sure whether Conte will do it because it's,
Emerson,
it's a
nice switch of play.
Come on. Ben Davies on the outside. Go on to your right foot.
Okay.
Well, he's left to Richarlison.
Takes it down. Find Emerson. Find your mate. Find your mate.
Look, Bentancur to Emerson.
Oh, went to corner.
Oh.
Good switch of play by Emerson to Perisic.
Yeah,
I wish Perisic used Davies there.
This is much better. Just keep the pressure on.
Yeah.
Seem to be at least trying to get to some sort of grips with it in the final third, which is much better. Son has had some good deliveries this evening from the corners. Hopefully another one here.
From him. I think it's
an outswinger. Going for the outswinger here. Going for something a bit different. Spicing it up.
Sonny.
It's another good ball.
Probably his worst one today. But Højbjerg. What is Højbjerg doing?
Oh my God.
That was a bit lackadaisical, I thought, as well, from Højbjerg. But
it's just them things that you don't need to do.
Like too casual, dude.
Yeah, complacency. You're spot on that. You just like we had them under good pressure, and then we just do that.
No.
Like I can understand if someone had a shot or whatever, but you know, to do that, I wouldn't mind. He's actually been okay today, Højbjerg.
Ignacio.
We had them under a good spell of pressure there.
Edwards.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, we did have them under a good spell of pressure. You're right.
Has Son and Richarlison switched sides here, Jack?
I think it's a bit more fluid at times. I saw like at one stage, like Kane and was playing right wing, and
Yeah.
Richie was pressing from the front. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have to look at it a bit longer before we say Emerson back to Romero. Bit of pressure from Sporting. They haven't pressed us this high really before.
Good outball by Hugo there. That's much better.
Well done, Højbjerg.
Oh,
What is that touch?
Fake.
Not even hard. It wasn't even a hard pass into you.
He's been disappointing today.
Why does the front three have sometimes the worst touch in our whole team at certain stages? Like, we just need the front three, Dave, just to show that world-class touch that we know they have.
I think the game is looking like we're going to have to rely on a moment of brilliance for somebody here.
I mean, we did it last time with Richie, to be fair.
True.
We relied on a good cross. Come on here.
Get your head up. No, wrong option. You just got to play
poor
it
decision.
outside.
Just use your teammates. Taken down by Bentancur. That's a yellow.
No way. Oh, that's poor from Richarlison. Just give it to Kane outside you. Why are you trying to turn back into the trouble? That's what he done there. Just turn back into the trouble. Just keep the ball moving. Give it to Kane. He'll find some.
It's interesting because I think for a few games, Dave, the problem has been getting the ball into the front three, right? To do anything with it. But I would say the past two games against Marseille as well as Sporting, we've gotten the ball into the front three, no problem. It's actually the front three not really being as clinical or as composed with it as we know they can be.
I agree. I think you're spot on.
I think we've had no problem getting it in. If you couldn't say that Son, Kane, Richie haven't had service.
Yeah. No. They're getting a lot of the ball.
You couldn't say Richie or Perisic haven't had service. They've all had service.
Yeah. No, I think it was just like a concrete wall at the minute, lad. Everything that fucking comes, it just bounces off us. I think you're spot on.
Brian says we're giving the ball away way too much. We are playing awful. Honestly, we need to make a sub, says Tyler. Yeah, probably a sub does need to come on. I would agree.
I think just getting to that point.
Deep ball in here.
I was going to say, if he wins that with the two of them there.
Perisic.
Good ball into it.
Okay, getting a little lucky. Perisic switches play to Richie or to Emerson.
Oh, good ball.
Oh,
Sonny. Put your foul and take it down.
Just don't even know if Perisic needed to switch play there. If he even.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He was in acres of space. It's time to get Kulu Sexy warmed up, and if needs be, get Gil Messi warmed up as well.
Yeah, Steven says the sub is needed.
Yeah. It is now, anyway.
Sonny intercepting there, though.
No, that's a yellow fucking card. That is a yellow card. Pull that out. Pull it out. Don't tell me he lets him away with that. He's pulled down the counter attack. Yeah, about time. There we are. Yellow card. Can't be letting him away with that. He's just going to keep doing it otherwise.
No protest either.
Good job he fouled Sonny, actually, because he was running into three players anyway. Hey, bro, that's a good pass out to Perisic.
And Davies making a run.
Never try and hit Ben Davies on the overlap. He just would not be able to take it down.
It's a poor pass, but
He's
he wouldn't be able to take it down.
He was shit against
that's
Marseille.
Poor delivery, if you ask me, Dave. That's poor delivery.
Yeah, it is. It's poor. He's been crap today, Perisic. Get Langley on. Get Kulu on. Just get all and all out ballers on there. Well held up, Kane. Ref, in the back. Back to Romero. Oh, Lord, what is that by Hugo Lloris? Fucking hell. He's 4 yards away from him and he hits out nearly for a throw-in. Jesus bloody Christ. Just breathe. Just don't let it affect your positive psyche, Dave. Just try not to. Fucking hell, it's a simple pass. It's a simple 4-yard pass. Daniel Mitchell says, very tactical game. The game is more between the coaches than the players. Quite upsetting to realise that our squad quality is comparable to all of that of bloody Sport in Lisbon. Look, I still maintain, I think we have a far superior squad. It's just not clicking for us. It's not clicking for us going forward. I don't think we're on a level with Sporting. I think we are better than Sporting. It's just again going forward. It's just not clicking. Pissing me off. Really pissing me off. Like once that front line clicks and operates the way we're used to it operating, we're going to steamroll teams. These wouldn't even be competition. They'd be a fly on the wall. The fact we can't fucking create anything going forward.
Some people want to see Hill come into the game.
Look, get Gill on. You've nothing to lose. Get Gill, get Kulu on. Nothing to lose.
Rich. Oh, that's poor.
Jesus. You just get the ball under control. Draws free kick.
Do you take Sonny off, Dave?
I think Son and Richarlison. I think Kane. Look, I don't think you'll ever take off Kane, but
yeah, none of them had made a convincing case for themselves. None of them.
I think all three could come off. I don't think Kane will come off, but I think Richarlison and Sonny are definitely could come off. They've lost the ball a lot of times.
Kane though here. Oh my Lord.
Fucking pass.
Oh my Lord. Here's the thing though with Kane, like he's gonna keep going for these, but at the same time, like it's way too many hero passes. When we're opened up here.
How is Dyer getting caught out there? How is he getting caught out there? Oh my God! Watch where he goes when they show this replay, Jack.
I just don't think he expects them to break through.
Where is he? Does he not realize he's like the last line of defense? Honestly, he's got drawn into midfield. Clumsy.
Bentancur.
Very wasteful today.
Not a good pass into Son either. Please, Sonny. Thank you,
Oh,
Sonny.
well
Great
done,
work.
Sonny.
Why?
Please,
can we just play more than 2 passes to each other?
Why
do we need to go for a hero pass every moment, Dave?
It's fucking frustrating me. Like Bentancur, all he had to do was give that to Kane. He's 40 yards of space, Son side, Charles in the other, and he tries to put it over the top again. Every single ball that's gone over the top has been overhit.
I just feel like every guy on our team, though, Dave, has gone for this silly
Emerson.
This silly pass that's unnecessary where they can just easily just lay it off to someone else to make it easier.
Yeah, 100%, lad. 100%. Like, it's just annoying me. Just crap going forward. But you're right.
There's no problem with the service, though. That's where I'm getting frustrated here. Like, we're finding the ball in good areas. We're just being so wasteful.
No, don't.
No.
Do not let him.
Oh my.
Do not let him. Hugo, calm it down. Push them up the fucking field. Someone just do something. Do something. Something magical. Someone just get on the ball, beat 4 players, put it in the net. It's what Edwards nearly done. Please don't start to go and standing on your toes and being slow out from the back. Please. Where was that to?
Oh, Wayberg, please. Sir. Oh, he hasn't given it. Oh,
I blame Ben Davies because it was a shit pass out in the first place. That penalty.
no, they're upset that they didn't give the call for Ben Davies.
Well, Ben
don't think-
Davies gave the ball away in the first place. He went down too easy looking for
I
the
don't
free
think
kick.
I agree
Referee
with
could see
Tyler
it.
here. I agree with Tyler. I don't think it was a foul.
No, he went down looking for it. As soon as he felt the contact, he dived. Because he knew. Yeah.
I just don't
Maybe.
even know if he had great even control of the ball yet. But yeah.
Marcus Edwards shouldn't be pushing him over, that's for sure. Someone. Wow, good block by Richarlison. That was heading goal bound. Why is Conte leaving it so long to make a sub? Sporting are making a sub before us. Fucking hell. Højbjerg into Sonny.
Sonny.
Get your head up. Look at Perisic.
Perisic.
Come on, kid. Get a good ball in.
Puts him in
To
front.
Zinger.
Oh, how? No one's there.
Oh,
Harry.
so close.
He almost put his face on it.
That's a better ball by Perisic. Much better. Oh, he's read it and everything.
Oh, he stepped over it. I think Kane almost off
went
bounds.
with the other foot. He went with the instep. He should have went with the inside foot. He should have went with the outside. Fuck. Sporting bringing off their midfielder on a yellow. So you know what that means, lad. They just take him down. Anytime Tottenham get turned, take him down. They're going to continue with that. That's why they're bringing on Alexandropoulos. Who's that? Who's that ready on the sideline? Someone ready on the sideline for us. Better be Kulu.
Sonny
taking
off for Kulusevski.
Let's go, Kulu. Gimme a ginger from Sweden. Come on. Let's have an impact. It's telling Richarlison to go over the other side. Means Kulu will come on the right and Richarlison go to the left. What in the Lord was that? We're just as bad as them at times, kicking it back.
Richie might enjoy this bit of time on the left.
Hope so. Someone needs to enjoy something. Not giving us any enjoyment.
Conte is fuming, says Tala.
Look, I'll be honest. If we win this, I couldn't care less as long as we win. But it's just pissing me off. Like I shouldn't have to sit through 75, 76 minutes of this before we see anything. Got away with that one there, Romero.
Richie.
Good
Finds
ball
Kane.
in. Cannot get it under control. What is wrong with him? It's like he's playing with a fucking ping pong ball.
There
Oh, what
we
a
go.
tackle. Kane.
Oh!
For
who?
Kane's got back to make the challenge, wins the ball, and he gives the free kick. Oh, my.
For what?
Oh, we're playing against another paid referee. Another one.
Just all.
Look, see the manager's assistant. He's already on the phone. Yeah, I'm wiring that extra $5,000 now. Ridiculous. It's a clean tackle. As clean as you want it from behind. Takes the ball and he gives it. Doesn't even appreciate the ground he made up to get back to win it either. I wonder why the referee's a failed footballer.
Switch a play from Sporting. Perisic wins it.
Good header.
Richie.
Oh,
To
ref,
Højbjerg.
handball.
Oh, lovely touch from Højbjerg.
2 handballs on the
Finds
build-up.
Kulusevski.
Kulu with his wonderful left foot. Gives it to Bentancur.
Oh.
Bentancur to Perisic. He has to instruct Ben Davies to go on the outside. He uses him
Perisic.
to switch it all the way to Emerson. Emerson knocks it to Kulu. Back to Emerson. Give it to Kulu. He's on. Oh, what is that?
My
Oh,
Lord.
holy fuck.
So
Oh,
flat-footed. I agree with you there, Dave, too. So flat-footed.
that's one of the worst attempted crosses I've seen in my lifetime.
That's shocking.
That's his problem. Do you know that? That's his problem on the ball, is because he's flat-footed. He's just rooted to the spot. You've got to be able to be on your toes, bend your feet at different angles.
Emerson
come
wins
on.
the header.
Come on.
Kulusevski powering on.
Oh, this is
Oh,
beautiful. Oh,
sir!
that's a free. Give me yellow. He took on two of them there. Straight away. On the ball. I'll do it myself. Love that by Kulu. He's just got to play the next game against Leicester.
Oh, sir. What a touch from Decky there.
Do you know what? I'd almost give him an 8 out of 10 for the grace of the fall as well.
He knew he was going to get taken down with that touch. That was why he did it as well.
Yeah. He's so good at that. He's so deceiving. How many times
Trincao
did you
taken off
players on the outside?
for likely a midfielder, I would imagine. Paulinho, I think he's more of a big man. I think he's a striker. Might be. I could be wrong.
They need someone else up front. They need a focal point. Just get a good delivery in here. Who's on that? Perisic. You're going to have to go back post with this. Ben Davies and Richarlison there. Oh, and Moon Boots. Come on, get one for Moondog.
Perisic. Oh! Who is there? Romero.
Benticore.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great ball out to
Kulusevski.
Kulu. Good ball on the left. Kulusevski's impact has been unbelievable since he's come on. Another good ball into the box. Look at the space. So much quicker and alert than everybody else. Charleston's header way off target in the end. Oh, we should definitely be 1-0 up by now. We've had so many chances. So many chances. Big up Mikitao. He says, holy cow. Numerals says, our right-hand side has to be Romero, Spence, and Kulu. Fair enough. I just don't see Spence coming in anytime soon. Simon McClure says Spence must be laughing at Emerson in the final third. He's not, Spence isn't. He's a bit better, I'd say, in the final third, but he's definitely not the finished article either. Well done, Dyer. Hunting that. Well done, Dyer. A referee. It's soft again. Soft again. These refs just don't know how to let any games flow. Must be illegal. Mark says Kulu done more in 5 minutes. I agree, my man. He's done more in 5 minutes than what the whole front three have done since they've been out there. Look at that again. Look at that again. Kulu on the run. Emerson, that's a penalty. Oh, he's given an offside. Oh, yeah, Emerson came back from an offside position. Could have so easily been a penalty there. Hopefully there's a centre-back somewhere along the line keeping him on. Oh, Kulu's been it's 3 times. Just got the ball and run at them. It's not hard. Loving it.
Sean Maddox saying Emerson plays better with Kulu.
Yeah. Oh.
He was on. It looked like at one stage, Emerson.
Emerson looked like he could have been on there, and that could be a penalty. VAR's got to look at this, you know.
What was that? They're not going to look at it.
Got to. He's marginal. Oh, you know, of course they're not. Of course they're not. Daniel Levy didn't give them enough of a bribe. That's why. I don't know if other football fans go through this, but I get so frustrated with the officials we have officiating our games. Look at Kulu, who's just sprinting around there like a madman. Someone else help him. Jesus Christ. Well done. Now let's get turned time. Fucking Jesus. I'm going to absolutely scream in a minute. On a
Brian
screen that
McGuire
loud.
was saying that wasn't offside. Brian McGuire doesn't think that was offside.
Oh. I'm going to scream that loud, my internet will get caught.
Carl Simpson saying that was a pen. He wasn't offside.
Yeah, he didn't look too far offside for me. I think it could have been a pen. Well, of course, they won't look at that. Or maybe they have. I don't know. We don't have the privilege of listening listening to half of them idiots half the time anyway. Actually, it is a privilege not have to listen to half of them pundits. But, yeah, I don't know whether they checked it or not, to be honest. Kulu just has such an impact when he comes on. Just he does. Do you know what it is, Jack? He just gets on the ball and runs at people. I'd nearly be bringing on Gil Messi as well, you know.
Pedro Porro.
Now hold it and send everybody upfield.
Richie. Well won.
$10 to go here. Tottenham still 0-0, looking to find a winner. Will it come? That's the big question mark. Moon boots. Tips a lovely ball out to Emerson. We can't even take him off now. I don't care. He's starting to wind me up now. The press has gone out of the game as well. Honestly, you wouldn't look like we've had a week off. For having a week off, there's been no change in performance levels whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. It's what surprises me, you know. Emerson, he done all right up until he had that third chance. Ever since then, he's gone down completely downhill.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. The moment he got into the game, he fell out of the game. Yeah, that's stupid.
Come on, it just takes one piece of magic. Like, this is 10 minutes to go. We should be fucking pressing these. Every time we've pressed them, we've got joy. And we had a week off. These played at the weekend.
Mickey Tao saying Sporting isn't even attacking Emerson Royale's side. No need for him to even be on the field. It's a fair point.
No, it is fair. Fuck it. Get Jed Spence on. Let's see what he can do. We better not sit back for 7 minutes of this last 10 watching them pass it side to side. We better not.
Porro. Well won by Perisic.
Well, I'm going to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. This is draining the blood out of me.
People really upset not using the subs. I mean, I guess we've had so much time off that Conte's probably feeling like this lineup should be good enough. But I agree with what you've been seeing, the impact with Kulusevski. He's made such an instant impact, sort of suggesting that you probably should be making subs. And wasn't really a good performance, I think, from Emerson this one. And he's continuing with Emerson, I think, because of that defensive solidity. But when you finish out the first half with a clean sheet, sort of feels like you do maybe go for something else in Emerson, if you ask me. But a volley in by, I think, their left wing back by the looks of things, but out to Edwards here. Plays a horrible ball, goes out for a goal kick for Spurs. 82 minutes in, nearly 83. Spurs, I mean, at the last like 5-6 minutes, do not look like we have any chance of scoring here. We need something to be brought out of nothing, as kind of David said before. We need a bit of magic from somebody. Could it be Richie again? Sonny brought up the pitch. It's going to have to be from Kulu this time. I think Kulusevski started off really strong. We need to get him a bit of service here. Into Højbjerg. Romero. Back to Højbjerg.
Whoever's mentioning about the subs bench there, they're absolutely spot on. Like, the thing is,
everybody is. The whole chat is.
Yeah, and it's going to make it look like, oh, we don't have the options. But you've got Gill there. You kept him around, so you think he's good enough. Bring him on. You've got Spence there, Doherty. Another options at right wing back. Get them on. You've got Langley on there.
Yeah.
Put him in across the back line to get some of them progressive balls going forward. You know, you've got Basuma in there. You know, there's options. He does have options, and it's just pissed me off that he's let this go on for so long. Like, at the end of the day, I can get they've had the rest, and, you know, these are probably, you would say, the players he trusts to get the job done, whatever else. But at the same time, if things aren't working, you've got to try and change it up, you know?
Yeah.
You've got to try and change it up. Probably why he has such a poor record in the Champions League. We've just watched them for 3 minutes passing the ball around since 80 minutes. And we haven't laid a fucking glove on them. Referee getting involved again. You're going to let the guy go. Bloody 5 minutes left. Positioning Ben Davies. He's such a fool. He's going back at Ben Davies again. What is wrong with this referee?
Give him a card then, ref, if you're going to stop him that many times.
It's like he's fucking asking for permission to marry his daughter. It's a joke.
You go. Well done. Decides not to go long.
I don't blame him. At this stage, you just got to fucking try and get the ball up there and work something.
Simon saying Conte's been very stubborn.
Yeah, very stubborn this evening. And it could end up costing us the result. I mean, honestly, as soon as Emerson made the second and third mistake, he should have been whipped off and said, okay, look, he's coming out of the game. He's not playing himself in. He's missed 3 sitters. You know, let's bring on Spence. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Hugo goes long. Richie, lovely header on to Kulusevski.
To Perisic.
Perisic, please.
Holds it up way too long.
Please. Oh, if he gives it away, that's so poor that he gave it away there. He had so much time on the ball.
Yeah.
So much time on the ball there. Okay, but
Højbjerg.
Perisic. Back to Højbjerg. Plays Kulusevski. Pulled across the 6.
There's no one there.
He pulled it back, but he should have gone across the 6.
Sporting on the break. Well done, Emerson. That's a free
Wins
ref.
it again.
Bentancur, take it quickly. Do not call that back, ref.
Rich.
Come on, Richarlison.
Rich. Continuing. Sir. Showing him the weight room. Richie.
Don't be greedy. What is that?
Why?
He's got Højbjerg there. He's got Højbjerg.
Why?
Perisic's running outside him. Fucking hell. Did they leave their brains back in London? Jesus Christ. I know he scored 2 goals last week, but I'm not giving him a free pass today. That's a couple of times he's done that as well. Tried to cut back inside and switch play. Just give it to Perisic running outside. Give it to Højbjerg on the edge of the box for a shot. Emerson's not even out there. He's inside. Oh.
Chris
You go. Fucking Jesus Christ. This is getting worse. The last 20 minutes has been atrocious.
Adrian Chia trying to keep it light, saying this game has been equally as boring for the Lisbon fans. Lol. I feel bad for Martin Walton. I must be honest, Adrian. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like Emerson too much either. So I bet he's not been too happy with what that performance.
The thing is, Lisbon fans will be celebrating. A point is a good result for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not expected to beat us. Point is a very good result for them. They'll be delighted.
Technically on better goal difference than us too, by 1.
Yeah, like we should be beating these. We win this today, we take control of the group. Like, that's just poor. 2 defenders stop. Hugo Lloris then misjudges it. Someone get free. Dyer. Out to Romero. Emerson. Puts it into Kulu like a fucking rocket. Dyer. Højbjerg. Get it straight out to fucking looking at Perisic or Davies.
Davies. Perisic.
Don't run down another blind. Oh, what?
Perisic.
Oh my God.
Oh, get there, Emerson, please. Oh, please.
Perisic has been pissing me off today. He's been woeful.
Yeah, he's been woeful. I agree, dude.
So every single player has been so bad in possession at times today. So bad. Looks like a fucking academy football. Sporting with the switch of play. They definitely
Poro.
feel like there's a leg all in it for them.
Oh, he gets through
Absolutely
past
does
Perisic.
Dances by Ben
Left
Davies.
foot.
No,
Oh, fuck. Holy shit.
why are they high-fiving each other? Good save, Hugo. Shouldn't have allowed to get the shot off in the first
Oh, my
place.
lord. They nearly
Hugo
scored
should be
there, Dave.
bollocking them. Instead of
Dave.
standing there getting high fives off each other, fucking bollock them. Tell them to make that tackle.
Why is Ben Davies? Davies does it. He just sits to back off the whole time. Doesn't ever engage.
High-fiving each other. Good save,
Perisic,
Hugo.
at least, I mean, Perisic doesn't do well, but he gets unlucky, to be fair to him. But Davies just lets him inside the whole time, just never even steps out.
It's the high-fiving after that annoys me. It's like Hugo should be, but no.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, my God. Coates.
Oh, at the end of the game.
Oh, my God.
Fuck.
Oh, my God. Same shit again. Set pieces. Don't know how to fucking deal with them. Can't fucking deal with a cross into the box. Same shit every time we lose a game.
Can't believe at the end of the game as well, a set piece.
This is on the players. This is on
Not
content
even like
today.
20 minutes in, 30 minutes in at a random stage of the game, the end of the game, when we should
But
be
you
the
know what?
most switched on. We should be the
You know what?
most switched on.
Jack, I'm not being funny. They fucking deserve it when they're high-fiving each other after he's danced through two fucking players and got a shot off and nearly scored. And they're all standing there high-fiving each other. Instead of bollocking each other and saying, hang on, what the fuck is going on here? When you do that nicey shit, high-fiving each other, that's what happens. That's what happens. Where if someone bollocks them, someone gives them a bollocking, they might actually be alert for this corner. Might actually be an alert. But because they want to high-five each other and fucking pat each other on the back, they think everything's okay and this fucking shit happens. Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
Now as a striker, they subbed on as well.
Fucking high-fiving each other because Hugo made a save. Shouldn't have been put in a position to have to make that save. Fucking drive me insane. Oh my God. I can't believe what I've just watched. High-fiving each other and then they don't even compete for the corner. Oh my, it's actually embarrassing. How? Fucking high-fiving each other. Oh, well done. Great save. No one questioned why he danced by Davies. No one questioned why he fucking danced by Perisic. No. Instead, they want to congratulate each other. Well done for letting him take that shot. High fucking five. Jesus bloody Christ. And now we're going to sit off. There's no one even pressurizing for the ball back.
Oh, no. Emerson.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is absolutely shocking. They lost the game. I just said it there 2 minutes ago. No one's pressing to try and win the ball back when we're 1-0 down. And that's what happens when you high-five
Like
each
what
other.
Edwards did. Literally what Edwards did. Just skins the whole team. Just skins the whole fucking team, Dave.
Do you know what? I don't say this often. We fucking deserve that tonight.
That's so shocking from Emerson as well.
But Jack, you could see it coming. They already had their heads dropped. No one was pressing the ball to try and win it back to go and get one out. They just stood off them, pass around, game's over anyway, waiting for full time, and they get fucking caught cold. Look at them. They're all standing there. Look. Bentancur's the only one that tries to make any effort getting back. Everyone, oh. Sorry, Romero was the only one that tried any effort to get back. But you know what? That was coming with Emerson as well because he's been shit.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, Dave. That was shocking from Emerson in every way whatsoever. I don't know if he can.
This is what happens, right? The difference between winners and someone like Tottenham, who are nearly men, is If a player cuts in, beats 2 players, and has a shot, you can guarantee there's someone in that box screaming at them. How the fuck did that happen? No, we want to conjugate with each other, high five each other, and then because there's no accountability held, we then don't go in the second or the first ball from the corner because we think what we've done is okay. If someone bollocked them, you might have actually seen fucking someone go and win that header because they might have been alert and awake. But we lost that because of that action there. No, look, not only that action, but that's where the game swung because we think it's acceptable to let a player beat in, take a shot, nearly score, and then we're going to congratulate each other and high five each other. It's just so wrong. It's just so wrong. Again, Hugo Lloris, instead of high fiving them and engaging in the fucking stupid antics, stand there and bollock them. How is he allowed to do that, guys? You better stay switched on for this corner. No, let's all just. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just ranting now. I'm just angry. I'm just fucking angry.
I mean, people are upset with the lack of subs. People are upset with Sonny starting. People are upset that with the formation here, Lightwork has put in his member super chat saying 3-4-3 is the problem. You can't change my mind about it. Listen, Lightwork, I'll be honest. Plenty of service into the front three today. Plenty of service into the front three. The front three, if you ask me, in fact, despite the defense letting us down at the end of the game, and we've known that they are capable of letting us down at the end of the game. Don't get me wrong here. We know they are capable of it. I do feel like, if you ask me, the front three were probably the most consistently woeful this whole game. I think they were the ones that probably should hold their head in shame. I think Kane had plenty of service. Son had plenty of service. Richie had plenty of service. The moment Kulusevski even came onto the pitch, we saw what little service he got and what he was able to do with it. He nearly created our best chances, nearly created our best goal attempts, actually, in the game with the service that he got. So it did show that the players that did start this game were probably could have done a whole lot better with the opportunities they were given, especially the likes of, I thought, Højbjerg and Bentancur. I don't even think Højbjerg and Bentancur nearly had their best game. In fact, this is one of their worst games in a while. But still, Dave, I don't know about you, but I think the front three were probably the worst the whole game, if you ask me. The Perisic maybe pretty poor. Emerson equally as poor, if not worse. Now, when you really look at it at the end of the game, definitely the worst of the wingbacks. But I don't know. If I really look at it, Dave, the first half and for the majority of the beginning of the second half, the front three just continued to let us down. Continued to let us down, if you ask me, with their first touch, with their delivery, going for flicks when all it needed was just a bit of time and, a bit of patience. Sometimes not releasing it when they probably should have, maybe taking too long with it, playing passes too heavy, going for hero passes when it's not needed. I don't know. It's just a million problems, if you ask me. I don't know. I could be completely wrong here. My impression was I was actually most frustrated with the front three this whole game. If you ask me, Dick.
I think very, very frustrated with the front. I agree. I think very, very frustrated with the front three, Jack. Again, getting decent ball up there, not doing anything with it. Perisic, I thought, was fucking awful today down that left-hand side. Emerson, 3 massive chances, didn't take any of them. And then after that, just progressively got worse and worse and worse. I mean, where do you even fucking start with this? I mean, we've had a whole week off, and we still look as laboured as we did going into the last game against Marseille. And bear in mind, we're only 7-8 games into the season. I mean, again, I'll keep speaking about this. In games where the front three aren't clicking, that defense will always cost you. How many times have people heard me say that? That defense cannot hold out in tight games. This is a recurring problem. Lost to Brighton last minute end of last season. Lost to Burnley near the end of the game last season. Lost to United near the end of the game last season. Even when the front players aren't playing well, that back line has to learn to fucking hold out. But my biggest thing is, and I'm not getting over it, is you see them all high-fiving each other and congratulating each other. Well done, Hugo. You made the first save you've had to make all half. Instead of bollocking and saying, okay, that's not acceptable, that shouldn't happen. Yeah. And that just, for me, sends the whole wrong message. When I see that, I don't get a good feeling here, Jack. That they're all standing there praising each other for letting them dance through 2 players, Yeah. And then is it any wonder we went on to concede the next goal after that? There was no urgency to press them, go and win the ball back, and try and get 1-1. We just sat off, game was done, and then let them walk through us to kill us with the second. It just so many things wrong with today. Kulusevski, poor guy, tried going forward when he came on. wasn't given enough minutes. Could have been brought on after 50 minutes. Emerson could have been brought off for fucking Spence. You know, Conte didn't use his substitutions today. All around, just piss poor. And it sums up by them high-fiving each other near the end. And that's why they scored that corner. That is why they scored that corner. If someone's bollocking them, that goal from that corner doesn't happen. But because they think it's all right and they think they got away with it in a high-fiving, they switch off. And again, set pieces. Same problem we've had here since Jose Mourinho. I keep telling people, you can have Giovanni Di Veo in here all you want. He can position them. He can't make them have that hunger to be the first one to go and win it. It's just an absolute fucking piss take. It's just poor from start to finish today with a week off. It's something's not right there. Something's not right.
Definitely not. Wes, I'm going to hand you a few super chats here. Welcome back. We're waiting on Philip as well to get in here. Hopefully we can get his thoughts from the Godfather on this one. Waiting for him to come in here. Dark Sun G saying, in my opinion, Kane was the worst for 90 minutes and Royale was also the worst for 15 minutes. And then Shane O'Neill follows it up saying, this has been coming for 6 games. Finally, we've been found out. I don't know if we finally been found out, though, Shane, because I think we had an exceptional performance against Fulham. I think Marseille, we still were the better team at the end of the day. But maybe this sort of dreadful performance was in us. Maybe I'm not sure here, but maybe to the player ratings here, Dark Sun G, and to you, Wes. Kane, the front three, what are your thoughts there? Because I was thinking the same thing. I thought the front three was actually the worst when you really look at the whole game.
They were all shit.
The front three I thought were the worst, if anything, of the whole 11.
That what the hell was that? That's all I have to say. That I was going if I wasn't on here, I was going to do that was going to be the title of the fan cam. What the hell was that? Because what the hell was that? Especially the last 3 minutes of the game. That's Real. I don't want to see him no more. I told y'all this. Like, there's reasons why I don't like that dude. I don't like I don't like him as a player at all. You know, I don't know how he was in the right position because he covered Romero's position. He was in the right position to cover Romero, and you just let him go right past you.
Yeah.
Dude just walks right past. Dude was like, it's like he was a brick wall. He just did a little training exercise around him. What was that? And you're supposed to be at least a right back, right? He supposed to, everybody's saying, oh, he's a traditional right back. Where's the defense then? That right there is supposed to show his skill set. That's supposed to be the positive about him, right?
That's the first time I've seen that happen to him, to be fair. That's the first time I've seen that happen to him. But at the same time, it sealed the defeat. It sealed the defeat for us, and it happened at the worst possible time.
That was his man that scored the goal in the corner. That was his man.
Possible time.
And that's twice on him. It's like, and then Romero too, he didn't play it good because in that second half, even the first half, Romero, he loves to go at the ball early, and that works a lot. He's very good at it. But then there's times like today where that crap does not work, and then they take advantage of it. He's out of position, and that leaves us on our tail between our legs. That happened all game with Romero, and
where they absolutely killed us is when they got on the ball and ran at us. You know, that's when they killed us. Marcus Edwards nearly scored from it. That goal near at the end. You know, even the guy that picked up the ball and won the corner. What we could not deal with today was them running at us. Anytime one of their players got on the ball, and this happened time and time again, by the way. Like, I've seen it with Marcus Edwards in the first half. You're dropping 20, 30 yards off him. You're just letting him run into 20, 30 yards of space.
I mean,
engagement there. Like, that absolutely killed us today. And Jack, this is something you highlighted yesterday, you know, when we were talking about the game and the pre-match build-up and stuff. You know, that we would struggle against a sort of front three like this because they're all little whippets. They're all good technically. They'll all run at you. They'll all create their own opportunities. And you know, we even done it with Kulusevski. He was trying. But, you know, just going back to, like, you know, what Daxon said about Kane being the worst, I agree. Absolutely shocking. All game today. All game. He may as well stay out there for an extra few days and get a tan and take Leicester off. When Shane O'Neill says, you know, this has been coming and we've been finally found out.
Yeah.
I think what I would say is I don't think we've been found out. Look, you know, you're going to lose games, but this is not one we should have lost. And I think where we were found out was, you know, what am I trying to say? Where we were found out is, like, you know, when the going gets tough, who's going to stand up?
Well, here's how I see it. Here's how I see it. I see that the front three in the attack let us down in terms of being able to get the goals. They couldn't complain about the service. I think that would be silly if they were to complain about the service. They had plenty of opportunities to make something happen. They had plenty of opportunities to keep possession,
They had
even
good
just to
foil.
keep possession, and they just simply wouldn't. They would just play a pass in behind that wasn't there, or overplay it even. So the front three, I think, couldn't hold their head in shame. And
I
then
mean,
when you really look at it, I think the back line, they needed to keep their heads at the end of the game, because if the front three isn't, screwed on, they need to realize, you know what, if we keep a clean sheet here, if we get a point here, all you have to look at then is pretty much the front three, because then your head just points towards them. But they were able to keep that until, what was it, Dave? I mean, 85th, 86th minute. I'm not sure when, but that's where then the back line also then has to hold its head in shame, because I think they actually had an excellent opportunity to probably get some credit, to get some deserved praise. But actually, you know what? They bottled it actually at the end of the game. And I think the whole team then holds its head in shame. If they had gotten a clean sheet there, I think we look more towards the wingbacks. We look more towards the front three, maybe even the midfielders as well, and kind of maybe look at maybe how they could have done better. But the fact that they gave up 2 goals at the end of the game, I think the whole team then becomes a shame. Just
I'll
quickly,
be
lads, I
honest.
need to get through.
uh,
Yeah, sorry, Dave.
I was just going to say, I'll be honest. I don't think anyone can come off their pitch with that head held high
no,
today. Any
no,
player.
not at all.
I think Conte also has to take a lot of blame, but we will get
Yeah,
into it.
one substitute. Let me.
Adrian
It's,
Chia, just sorry,
oh,
Wes. Adrian Chia saying with a super chat, a week to rest and we didn't even turn up. Reality check, maybe a big reality check here, Adrian. And
Yeah.
you were very positive throughout the game, my man. And I must say, I don't know, is this a blueprint for how to beat Spurs? I don't think so, but certainly a reality check. Certainly a reality check. Conrad Spurs, absolute legend on Twitter, he is as well. Spurs 72, member for 12 months, says stubborn Conte has lost this for us. Interesting there, because a lot
yeah,
of
I
people have
agree.
kind of pointed towards the
I
subs
agree.
today as being the problem there. Do you think he didn't make enough subs in your eyes, West? Could he have made subs sooner?
He made one substitution. Come on,
Yeah.
that's never good. One substitution, and you brought in what, 7 players? You're not using your team. We got on this about what, 3-4 games ago, and it was like the second or third Premier League game, and he only made like, I think he only made one substitution or 1 or 2 substitutions. Didn't use nothing. Didn't use nothing else, and then he didn't put out the right players that we thought he was going to put out, like Basuma, etc., etc., etc. He's doing this all over. I don't know what's up with him in these cup games. I don't know if it's a tournament thing and that's just in his head and he's just focused on league, league, league. But he got to understand, you brought in 7 players. We're not Real Madrid. We're not Bayern Munich. We're not going to have $600 million for you to spend the next transfer window. I'm sorry. Be happy what you have. Use them to get yourself until we get to January or the summer transfer window. Use the players you have. You have Skip back. You have Basuma back. You didn't put none of them in. I'm sorry. The midfield for me was horrible too. The passing was not there. We need through balls. We need also directional pass in the midfield. There's no direction pass. I literally saw that man. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name now, but
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg. Højbjerg literally did. He waited. He looked. He made a pass straight to the opponent. What kind of crap is? I'm sorry. What kind of crap is that? Everybody hypes him up because of his defensive work rate. That's all good and well. He's been scoring some goals, so I can't get him too much for this whole season. But we need passing in the midfield as well. It can't just be the wingbacks. We're found out too easy with just having the play be off of the wingbacks. Even though that's through the whole system, it's just.
I disagree with this. I actually think Højbjerg and Bentancur were trying to play. Look, you go back and watch the game. They put a number of balls into the front line. But if Kane is not on form, Richarlison, it's bouncing off him. Sonny can't get turned on it, it's bouncing off him. Bouncing off all three of them, what do you want them to do? They all game, they kept prodding balls in. It's not like we didn't get balls into the front line. We got balls into the front line. That's not the problem. It's what we've done with it. And it's been the same problem. Same against Nottingham Forest. Marseille last week, but we got away with it. West Ham as well. We're getting balls to the front three. We're just not doing anything with it. And that's the frustration at the minute. That front three is not clicking. And back to what the guy was saying about Conte, though. I mean, there's no excuse for this today, for not making them substitutions. Now, he's going to make it look like we don't have the options, but he does. He could have brought on Gil, could have brought on Basuma. He says he was, he could have brought on Spencer at right wing back. He had options today.
Yeah.
And there is questions onto why he didn't make any changes. Like, I get he likes sticking by these players, and these players have gotten through a lot. But when things aren't going well, you've got to look to the bench. You've got to try something. He
And,
even left it way too long to bring on Kulu Sexy as well.
Yeah.
Disgraceful from him today.
yeah, and my whole thing is he even said that in his interviews pre-game. He said, the team gonna have to get used to the team getting rotated. If you're saying that, why you didn't do it? You put that
Mm.
information, you told that to the public, and you didn't do it. You pretty much did the opposite. So it confuses me. I don't understand that. But
No,
that's
I hear you, Wes.
I
I
do
hear
want
you.
to say this quickly to people, just quickly. We don't need to press the panic button. We don't need to press the emergency.
no, 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 no,
You
no.
know, look, we'll roll ourselves down, we'll pick ourselves up, and hopefully go again against Leicester and beat them. Today is disappointing, and we're all angry, but let's not pretend it's the end of the world either.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not. We're still league-wise, we're undefeated.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, yeah, good. And I hope we do pick ourselves up. And to be fair, I think when we look at a tactical breakdown and whatnot, we'll pick our heads up and maybe realize that Spurs lost this game. It wasn't really us even getting beat by Sporting. It was almost Spurs losing it or defeating
Yeah.
themselves, if is how I sort of see it. Jerome with a quick comment, basically saying what I was saying earlier, where this is just horrendous. 2 goals in less than 1 minute. That's what I was saying, Jerome. I think the defense had an excellent opportunity for a bit of bragging rights, honestly, like a bit of respect to be put on their name. And then they just absolutely capitulated in the end of the game. And they really could been the back three could have, and maybe Hugo, even though Hugo didn't have a great game either, they could have been the only ones to sort of look at themselves and think, you know what, maybe we weren't, the worst players out on the pitch. But the fact that they capitulated in that sort of manner at the end of the game makes them almost look the worst, if you ask me, Jerome. Neil Shafton with a super chat saying, let's not single one player. This was a complete team failure. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Human pylons on the defense today. I think that's really well said, Neil. And to be fair, from the front three to the midfield to the wing backs to the defense, I think you could value or kind of throw a lot of criticism at every single one of them. I think there's not really, like I said before, maybe the defense had the opportunity to sort of lift their heads or maybe keep their heads a bit high, but they bottled it or botched it as well. And it just sort of shows that none of this team can really keep their heads high. Complete team failure, like you said. Big up, Neil. Really appreciate it, brother. Dark Sun G with a big one here saying, I can't blame Royale for the second goal because if he wasn't on the yellow, he probably wouldn't have took him down and he probably would have taken him down and gotten a yellow, but he already was on a yellow is what he was saying. Kane was the poorest of the front three. At least Trincao didn't do much as I predicted. That's hilarious, Dark Sun G. But I don't know. I think what I've used to say about Emerson in the past, Dave, was that Emerson never gets beat like that, never gets embarrassed by players in that sort of manner, usually shows them to the byline, puts in a good block, or makes it a difficult cross for them. That time he just got simply embarrassed there and just made look like an absolute fool. And I can't defend him in that scenario, if you ask me. I know what Dark Sun G is trying to do here. Maybe he has a bit of credit in the bank defensively, but that was pretty shocking, especially at the end of the game as well, when he needs to keep his head.
Look, I'll call a spade today. Look, I've been a big defender of Emerson. I don't think he's been as bad as people make him out to be. But today he was atrocious. I mean, 3 chances, didn't take any of them. Was getting worse as the second half progressed. Some of the crosses he was putting in,
I mean, what?
where he was putting him to. I mean, he's just super frustrating. Even there earlier on, I said it to you in the first half, Jack. He's looking to beat a player, but he's standing still. You've got to be on your toes and have that bit of momentum. He's very, very flat-footed, and I think that's a lot of Emerson's problem. But today he was atrocious there. He should have been hauled off. I mean, about 15 minutes into the second half, do you know when he put that cross and just brought it into keeper's hands? I would have hauled him off then. I would have hauled him off.
I would have hauled him off when he did that one. Do you remember he stood still and he just floated it and it literally just went out of bounds?
That's what
I'm talking about. Yeah, that right there would have been substitution right there because Conte was furious, but he did not do a substitution, and that's what confuses me.
That's a good point, Wes. That's a good point. Also, on top of that, Wes, someone brought up in the chat during the watch along, it's not even like Sporting were really attacking actually our right-hand side really at all. They actually grew a bit frustrated, I think, with attacking that right-hand side. So probably should have been more advisable that Conte did go for Jed Spence, Matt Doherty, Kulusevski, whichever one. I agree with you. Maybe none of them are Hakimi or something, but there's still options for him. There's still different,
They
people
would have
for him
did
to
more
go
than
for,
him.
and he decided to stick with Emerson. And what's weird is that Emerson did get into those good opportunities, like Dave was saying, but he
Yeah, he
missed
had
all of
two
them.
good
And after
chances.
missing
Yeah,
all of them, he actually got worse after
yeah,
missing all of them. It's almost like he kind of dropped in confidence after that. But Dark Sun G,
which is
I
weird.
appreciate you trying to defend Emerson, and I know King Hoddle is appreciative of it as well. But big yourself up. Chase Mullins here with a super chat saying, at this point, I want to see Spence. He can't be that much worse than Emerson. At least he
Come
would
on.
give us something different out on the right. I guess this is where we're reaching the stage where when we don't need to be that solid defensively, we are asking for a wing back to be better going forward. And
Yeah.
Emerson is starting to frustrate us going forward. And I could see why Spence is probably the player that we should go for, because I am a bit more skeptical than Doherty than others. I don't think actually Doherty offers as maybe much as people would like to think. I think actually Conte should put a bit of faith in Spence. I understand Spence is not used to this sort of level of play, not used to this sort of occasion, but he would offer the things that Emerson simply isn't. He would offer that instinct to go forward with a bit more dynamism. I think Emerson gets forward, like you said, Wes. Like he kind of likes
He
to do
does.
the laps up and down the pitch, show the stamina, maybe offer the running stats, but he's not exactly putting himself always good in good positions. He's not exactly doing a lot with it. Whereas Spence would be hungry to do something with it. And I think there are options available to Conte. And if he wants to continue with Emerson, I think that's wholly fine. I think we see maybe the logic behind it. But in games like this, maybe this is when we are asking for a bit of rotation. And I've been a huge defender of Emerson's. Like Dave said, in fact, I've seen the logic behind picking Emerson. But I don't know about you guys, but the past two matches, I've even said, listen, I'm fine if he goes for someone else other than Emerson for these Champions League games. Even against Marseille, I said, I'm fine if he goes for someone else other than Emerson. I think he could try something different. He could go for something a bit more progressive here. He doesn't have to worry about the defense as much. And I don't know. I
Look,
think it does fall a bit on Conte there because he doesn't need to stick with the defensively solid Emerson. And now, even saying that after that Meg that he just had today, it's I don't know. It's tough to
look.
say out
What
loud.
what,
I
I'll,
know
That's
that
what
was
I'm
a bit of a
saying. And
rant.
I
what
feel
I'll
like,
say is, what I'll
oh,
say is when it comes to Jed Spence, he would have provided energy off the bench today. He would have came on keen, hungry. He would have provided a lot of energy down that right hand side. Spence is good defensively. It's not his issue. Now, he's a bit better going forward than Emerson, but he still has similar sort of problems as Emerson. But what he would have done is provided a hell of a lot more energy down that right hand side, and could have affected the game. He's speedy, you could have got balls in, got him
he
overlapping
can
like Emerson
dribble.
was doing, got balls in behind. But for some reason, Conte didn't do it. Now, look, I don't want to persist with Doherty. I don't want to hear any more about Matt Doherty either. The guy's not good enough. There's a reason why we went out and spent money on Jed Spence. Give him a go, especially in games like tonight. I still think Emerson will start against Leicester, but in games like tonight, you've got to bring Spence off. Having that, like a bit like Richarlison last week against Marseille, having that point to prove, playing in the Champions League, which is your dream, it can get something out of you.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse why you didn't give Jed Spence a run out tonight. Yeah,
And
Emerson
that's
was just atrocious that second half. Absolutely bloody atrocious. And he should have been hauled off after 60 minutes and given Emerson or given Spence a run out of 30 to see what the kid could have done. But he would have
Yeah.
made an impact with energy alone.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, Spence would have gave the same type of attacking play that Perisic just do it. He's not as experienced as Perisic, but he'll give that same type of level of energy that Perisic would give on the left side, and that would have opened up our play a whole lot more. If you notice it on the way our formation was, it's clear that the opponent's defense were way more focused on the middle part and then the right side where Perisic was. They were nowhere near worried about Real at all, which is a problem. You have to have both the wing backs a problem for the defense. If we don't, our offense is going to be stagnant like it has been this whole season, except for Southampton. So it's like it's obvious sooner or later he's going to have to just throw Spence out there and see what happens. I think it's most likely going to be cup games. It's going to be the FA Cup, League Cup is probably when Spence is actually going to get a real start. Hopefully, he keeps going hard in training, and sooner or later he gets on the actually in the rotation, because it's getting ridiculous at this point. We understand that Real brings a defensive caliber supposedly, but offensive side, he has nothing to to do that Perisic has to equal what Perisic does. We need somebody that's going to do a little bit of equal what Perisic does. And not saying that Spence is on the level of Perisic, but he got the same qualities that Perisic has. He has the dribbling. He can cross. He can put the ball in the box. He's speedy. Perisic is not as fast no more, but he has his bursts here and there. But he brings a more offensive flow that we need on both sides to unlock our offense for that formation.
Yeah,
it's like I don't.
Steven here saying he should have made subs at halftime. 7 players wasted on the bench. Good point there, Steven. Conte is at fault for some of it, but why couldn't we make the passes? Too many missed passes, says Spencer Arnold. I think that's a good point as well. I mean, Conte can't make the passes for them. He can't make the passes for him. Mayhem Skip saying, I'm more worried about Son. All he has is pace at this moment in time. I think he has more than that, though, Mayhem. Believe me.
He has more than that. Come on.
Extravagance, though, with the super chat saying Perisic was not the problem today. Front three besides Richie were atrocious. Conte needs to grow some balls and give Spence a chance. Sorry, Extravagance. We got ahead of ourselves, and I guess we got onto that part about saying, we know what Emerson gives us. I think he needs to finally give Spence a chance because Emerson has shown that I think he is sort of improving in certain aspects of his game, but he's been playing enough games as is that we know what he is going to give us. We know what he is capable of. But Richie
definitely know he's not capable.
Richie being the best of the front three, I think he maybe was at periods, but there were a lot of moments when he was probably, I don't know, I think just as bad as Son and Kane at certain stages as well.
He's not escaping. I mean,
I don't think he can escape it. Maybe in the beginning of the first half, Dave.
Beginning of the first half.
But that's what I said at one point of this. I thought all of them were just as poor as each other in different parts of the game. I thought Kane was really poor. I think at one stage of the first half as well as the second half. Richie was good in the first half, then really looked very poor in the second half. And then Sonny sort of, started well, but then got equally as poor as well. So I agree, Dave. None of them can hold their head higher. None of them can even think that they did better than the other. None of them can think they did better than the other.
I think Richarlison worked harder. I think he pressed a lot more than the other two, but
I saw Kane just jogging. I saw Kane jogging.
1 second, Wes. 1 second. Anytime the ball came near him, it's like he gave it away every time. Most of the times, trying these flicks, trying passes. At one stage, I watched him instead of just giving it to Perisic on the outside. He tries to cut across and spring it out to Emerson, and he's not even out there. He just gave away a lot of stupid, unnecessary ball today. For me, I don't think he escapes criticism. I thought he was awful today. I'll be honest. I thought he was crap.
Yeah. Perisic, he's saying that wasn't the problem today. I think I agree with him by saying the front three was the problem because that was his point, saying Perisic wasn't the problem. The front three was the problem.
Shit as well, though.
But Perisic, I don't think really can hold his head very high here. Dave, I'm trying to find what story. I'm trying to find the outlet's comment.
He just said Emerson is crazy bad, and
I did see that.
But we will get on and talk about Son. Don't worry about that. We'll get on and talk about Sonny.
Yeah, this was as an Emerson defender, honestly, one of the worst performances Emerson has put out there, Mr. Harris. That's what I can tell you. Simply as an Emerson defender, even King Hoddle, I think in the chat, who you probably know quite well at this stage, Mr. Harris is certainly not a defender of Emerson tonight. At least no need to defend him tonight. Mark with a super chat saying Conte in-game management is atrocious. 1 sub. 80 minutes as well as when he made it. He didn't give Kulusevski enough time either to make an impact. And I said this as well, Mark, where Kulusevski sort of, again, going back to the front three not being very good, Kulusevski with very little time given to him and very little touches given to him did a whole lot with it, which again sort of suggests like the service into them wasn't that bad, actually. They could have done a whole lot better with the opportunities they were given, some of those players in the front three. I completely agree, though, with the subs. And I think that's a huge talking point, perhaps for a debate show tomorrow, Dave, for sure. Jordan Stevens with a super chat saying, yes, up until now, we've been getting good results, but I've been saying this type of football is not sustainable and some bad individual performances as well out there tonight. Wes, I'm going to give you this one here. Is this type of football not sustainable? Have you felt that way? I've been telling by your sort of fan cams. I think you might agree with this.
Oh, yeah. It's not sustainable at all. We play it's our passing. We play very slow, very methodical. We think too much when we're trying to pass. When you're in a formation, the point of a formation is to know already where your teammates are going to be. So when you just pass the ball, you just know where to pass it to, and it's just like that. It's quick. That's why you see with the great teams from Barcelona and other great sides around Europe that are legendary. If you look at the way they play and the way their manager has them set up formation wise, they automatically know where their teammate is, so they can quickly pass the ball. That's why they came up with the tiki taka. It's just easy as that. They know where their player is. They know they're going to do a one-touch pass. That boom, they're going off with the ball. For us, it's like we're still trying to figure out how we play this formation. We think too much when we pass. We look around too much when we pass. We hesitate when we pass. There was tons of times when Charleston was trying to make we made good runs those 4 times, but they didn't pass the ball. They weren't the same wavelength on when they supposed to pass that ball and lift it off to him. So he was offside every single time. Every single time he was offside. And then with Kane too, for me to go back on Kane, but Kane, he would get the ball and he would do a one-touch pass for no reason when he could have brought the ball in advance forward. He had that I think he did that like 2 or 3 times, and that it frustrated. I don't understand what he's doing. I don't know what he was thinking on that. I guess he think he was pressed. But he should have knew that he wasn't pressed. I don't, that's
There are a lot of
all.
times when I felt like players had time and space on the ball, and they
And
decided
then
to
they
go
just
for a
do a
first
one-touch pass.
time. Yeah, decided
Yeah.
to go for a first time, decided to go for a ping. But yeah, Dave, you were going to say something.
This that's why this game confuses me.
I'll be honest, though. I don't really have a problem with the system. Like, we have to
I don't
understand.
either. I don't either.
That we like, what options do we have when our backline plays the way it does? Like, perfect example today, right? Not really in any trouble whatsoever. Controlled the majority of the ball at times. We still end up conceding 2 goals. You could put him in there, but we know the results of Dyer, Sanchez, Davies in a back 4. So we can't go back to that. Right now with that back line, we're limited on what we can do. We can't go and press and we can't switch to a back 4. But the system's not the problem. The system is the same system that got us top 4. The system is the same system that brought us 7 games unbeaten this season. We've lost 1, and all of a sudden we want to change the whole system. It's crazy.
And also on top of
We
that,
just have to play faster.
This system has made Antonio Conte extremely successful with various
Yeah.
clubs. So for him to switch back to some 4-2-3-1 that Spurs fans feel so comfortable with, I think is quite silly, because then might as well just go for whatever yes man sort of manager that wants to do that for us. And we've already learned our lesson in the past with Nuno, because Nuno wasn't even comfortable with the 4-2-3-1, and I think he was sort of forced to do that. And I think we learned our lesson when it came to that sort of regard, and I hope we have. But I don't know. I think you guys are raising good points there, where the system is certainly not the problem. At the same time, though,
we have to play faster. We have to play faster.
I think we do need to play faster, but I think Davies, I don't know, maybe is it a coincidence that at certain stages the team maybe wasn't playing as fast the moment that Longley is left out of the squad? Who knows? But as well, I think
go back and look at the ball. Go back and look at Marseille, Jack. You'll get the answer you want. Look at the balls Langley was playing down that side.
Yeah, Longley was great.
Playing there down tonight. There's a distinct difference, a massive difference in the quality coming down that side. I said it on We Are Tottenham TV. As soon as I seen Davies start, I was just going to take away from Perisic's game tonight, because he can't. Perisic can't get as far forward as he can with Langley in the team. The thing is, the system's not the problem. The performances of the players. You can't blame the system for Harry Kane not taking touches, like Wes was saying, and driving the ball forward when he had time, but passing it first time, giving it away. The system can't legislate for Richarlison being offside so often, and every time the ball comes to him, it touches him offside. The system, I don't think is. I think it has. I think maybe the change in looking at keeping Kane up top and looking at Son getting more involved in the build-up play. I think that's where you can maybe look at the system. But you can't legislate from Bentancur, for example. First 2 passes, touch, boom, forward. Sitting there, like, holy fuck, we're on it today. But then he just reverted back to little sideways passes again.
Big up Jordan Stevens. Big up Jordan Stevens. Great talking point, my man. A great super chat as well. Appreciate your support. Ben Kaufman saying, well, that was bloody awful. Emerson Royale is shocking. I think one of the worst performances I've seen Emerson put in a while, Ben. No defending him tonight whatsoever coming from me, my man, but do appreciate your support. 14 months as a member. Absolute legend. Paul Markey in here saying, going to say it, Richarlison is destroying the potency of the front 3. Kulu by far the better player. Paul, I don't think Richie was the problem tonight.
I think he's got a point.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
if
think he got a
Richie was
point?
the problem tonight. I think Kulusevski, though, was by far the best player when he came onto the pitch, but I don't know. Like it starts to makes you think that as good as I think Sonny has been improving, I think Sonny has been improving on each performance. We have to go with Richie, Kane, and Kulusevski before we say Richarlison is, I think, the problem, if you ask me. But I
let,
could be wrong here.
just hear me out on this, right? I'm not saying Richarlison is the main problem for this front three not working, but when you look at it compared to when Kulusevski's in there alongside Kane and Son, we're a lot more controlled in possession. We don't see what we were seeing today, like a lot of them trying to do first time balls, flicks and tricks. We take the ball in, we get turned, and we play passes in behind. With Richarlison, that's not happening. It's all flicks, the ball's bouncing coming into Kane, balls all over the place. And I'm not saying Richarlison is stopping from Kane and Son from performing. He's not. But it doesn't look as fluid when Kulusevski is not in it because of what Kulusevski does. He holds up the ball. He drives at teams. He takes players with him. He runs with the ball. Richarlison is looking to flick the ball around a lot of times and it is giving it away. Or it's putting ball into Harry Kane that he's not expecting. That's bouncing everywhere. There is a bit of a knock-on effect. I do think that will iron itself out, not a problem. But I do think Paul Markey has a slight bit of a point when you look at
We should bring this up tomorrow.
picks up the ball, runs with it, creates chances. Means saying Kane and Son don't even have to touch the ball; they just head for the box. But Charleston didn't do that, any of that today.
Interesting.
None of that.
I think we should bring this up tomorrow, actually, on maybe Twitter or something like that. So, Paul, feel free to throw that same comment in the community section, or feel free to throw it on Twitter, Paul. Great question. I think Dave.
Let me add to that. Let me add to that because one thing that Kulusevski had an interview that he did, and I think a lot of people are asking him, can he play with Richarlison? He said he can, and I feel like if we were to I wish Conte did this today. He put in Kulusevski again at right wing back. I feel like that would have worked. Because him and Richarlison actually had a good pairing together on that right side.
I call for it as well. As much as I've defended Emerson 1,000 times, I've called for something different on the right wing back for these Champions League games. I think it'd be an excellent opportunity for Conte to experiment. I think it'd be silly for him not to experiment. Emerson is not like Højbjerg at the end of the day, where he is like debatably the best sort of player in the position. A lot of people give Højbjerg a lot of slack, but clearly all managers have favored Højbjerg. Whereas with Emerson, I'm not sure if that would be the case. I think another manager maybe steps in. Perhaps Emerson isn't favored, but Conte seems to like Emerson. That's totally fine if he likes Emerson. I think that's totally fine. The same moment, though, or at the same time, you have to realize he needs to experiment with other players so he knows there's something different out there. Either experiment with Kulusevski at right wing back more, perhaps maybe experiment with, I guess Lucas isn't available, but maybe he does that next time around, or he puts on Judd Spence or Matt Doherty. I think he is sort of pigeonholing himself, or he is sort of he's blaming, I don't know, he's putting himself in a position where he is going to be blamed because he does have a lot of different options at right wing back. Like I said before, maybe none of them hurt like Hakimi or anything at right wing back, but he has a lot of options at right wing back. He's a lot of different choices, and he's continuing to go with the same thing, which I think is fine for certain games going with Emerson for the most part. But I think in games like this, perhaps even the Marseille game too, he could have gone with something different.
To make your first sub at 80 minutes, though, that's taking the absolute fucking piss.
He seems to love Emerson. I'm not sure what some people have said. Maybe Emerson has some pics of him. Maybe before the toupee was put on. Who knows? I had a few comments before we get to the next super chat here. I think it was Chris saying, Jack, I've defended Emerson like yourself, but he needs to go. I think he needs to probably be rested, dropped, rotated, whatever it is, Chris. I'm kind of in agreement with you. Sean Maddox saying none of the defenders played well, but we should have scored a few. Don't get that wrong. Absolutely, Sean. I think that's my point as well. As much as I think the defense let us down at the end of the game, I mean, we knew they were capable of it. A front three certainly can't look at the defense and throw their hands up. I mean, they have to look at themselves and see how wasteful they were. Patty Harnett, Dave, Sam Royale is not a right wing back. He should be nowhere near the team as he can't cross to save his life. Kane has been way too greedy this season too, and Son has been shite. This result was coming, says Patty Harnett. Patty, love it.
I think he's spot on. I think the result was coming. Look, we deserved that result today. You know, we haven't learned lessons from previous. Can't deal with corner kicks. can't see out games even when the attacking play is not there. Same problems from last season. But the biggest one is the forward line. Look, I have no doubt it's going to click. I still have confidence it's going to click. I'm not going to go nuts. It's one game. You know, it's not ideal. I'm not happy with it, but we were unbeaten up until this point. With Emerson, I agree. I think, look, you know, especially today, he should have tried something different. He could have brought on Kulusevski, could have brought on Gill off the bench, put Kulusevski right wing back, put Gill up in the forward, or put Gill up in the cam. As for Kane being greedy, look, I think he was shit today. I don't think it was for the sake of being greedy. I'm just
I
not
think he
getting
went
up.
for a lot of hero passes. In fact, he was
Yeah,
being
just shit.
greedy. Yeah, he's being greedy and trying to be the one to get the assist. If that's even, I don't even know if greedy's the right word for that. That's just being too ambitious or whatever the word is. You know, trying to be, trying to do too much is really what it is. You don't even need to use a fancy word. He was just trying to do too much. And I think in certain moments, he could have been just a bit more composed with it. Conrad Spurs with a super chat saying, Jack and David, good to see you guys. Keep up the great work, lads. Wes, nice to see you, my man. Gonna go drink away our team's failures. I would say Spurs 72. Just buy yourself a nice six pack, my man. No need to have anything crazy. Just have a nice six pack. If it's still sunny where you are, wherever you're living out there in the world, my man, just sit outside, maybe on a nice chair, breathe in the air, have a nice relaxation, maybe have a six pack alongside you. That's what I would say, Conrad.
I've been trying to be good, Conrad, but I think tonight is a night for a kebab. Just drown myself in kebab meat, take it out of my body. It's a hard one totnight. It's a hard one to accept this tonight.
I think you're just going to have to accept the kebab into your stomach, Dave. I think that's what you're going to have to do. Just plenty of them.
I'm gonna have to punish myself. Tottenham won't do the job, so I'll just punish myself.
Hashim, before we get to the next super chat, saying you can't drop Kulu now. In my opinion, I agree with you. I think Richie is, despite not having a great performance, I still think he's kind of undroppable. I think we have to see Kane, Kulu, and Richie at this stage. I'm not going to say that I've been calling for this all along. I've defended Son until this game, but I'd like to see it. I think a game at home versus Leicester, I think we should go for it. I think there's no harm in it, but I don't know. That's just me. I'm going to probably hold my hands up there. Paul Markey saying, nailed it, David. That is my point. So, Dave, I think you defended Paul Markey quite well. While I kind of disagreed with Paul, I think you gave him a good defense there. And
I think
Paul, of course, only has so many characters even to defend himself. But he went in there, Dave, with the very intelligent hot take. Very intelligent hot take.
It is. I think the point is somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's 100% Richarlison's fault. At times, Kane,
I don't think he said that either.
Get on the ball, turn, not playing his passes, sometimes hitting them too early. But when you do look at it, with Kulusevski, the reason why you don't see the ball bounce around a lot at the time when he's there is because he takes it in, he shields it, he gets turning, he'll run with it. So sometimes Kane and Son don't even have to get involved in the play. With Richarlison, it's all flicks and tricks. And I think, look, maybe there's a part on Richarlison's part where it is eagerness. He does like to show up, but he needs to tone it down a little and just be more assured in possession in them final thirds, especially if the ball's gone up there 3-4 times and you're getting the same result. Your next thought should be, okay, I'm going to shield this one up. I get my team up the pitch. Didn't seem to happen. I think Paul Markey makes a good point, but I also think you make a good point, Jacko.
Absolutely. But Paul, though, very intelligent, though. And I honestly love that you came in there with a take that I don't think most would probably come with, because it's just a sort of like tactical thing that you noticed there, Paul. And I absolutely love it, my man. Absolutely love it. He's almost like Dave. He didn't go with the emotional sort of comment there. He went with a very tactical one. Loki Shimuka, unbelievable name, with a comment just before I get to the next super chat, says, we've seen Spence destroy Arsenal. Why doubt putting him in? It's a good point at this stage of time, I must say, after the game. D Squared with a comment saying, Conte trusts these players and they let him down tonight. I want to see a reaction now. Interesting there, D Squared. Ken T saying Royale is ruining Richarlison and Romero's progressive game. Interesting there. Perhaps he's he's not nearly as technically good as them. That's for sure. I can't deny you there. Tyler saying, I think Doherty is pretty bad, but he would have scored in Emerson's positions today, or with Emerson's chances.
He would have.
Yeah, I think he probably would have. Would he have gotten those chances?
Probably
Different
not.
question.
He makes those same runs. Doherty makes those same runs.
He certainly would have put them away. Sorry, Wes. Sorry. Were you going to say
Oh no,
something?
I said Doherty makes those same type of runs. Like, and he did it before. He scored some headers on last season at the end of, but telling him before he got that injury, he was making those runs. He was getting headers. He was doing. To me, Doherty was playing very well. I still kind of rate Doherty. I know Spence is the second man in place now, but to be honest with you, if he threw out Doherty, I would not be mad at all. I'd be very much happy
The thing is,
because
with that, you just got to stop persisting with things that have shown you in the past. It's not good enough. Like, look, I get he had 6 good games, but we have to remember Conte didn't even want him here as a part of his plans. He originally told him, "You're not a part of my team."
Yeah.
I
Speaking
don't
of
know.
Emerson, though,
Just got to go.
speaking of Emerson and the right wing back situation, we are dropping Emerson as he was at fault. Or what? Or when are we going to be dropping Emerson as he was at fault for both goals? He's simply not good enough, says Jerome. I think at this stage, Jerome, as much as I've defended this guy 1,000 times, I can't sit here and say he had a good game. I can't sit here and say that, you know what, you have to look at it this way and that way. I think Emerson has probably fully warranted the criticism that he'll get today. Then again, though, I'll just quickly say the times when he's received criticism in the past, I think it's been completely unwarranted when he's actually been maybe one of the better players out on the pitch, or at least shown that he has more of the effort out on the pitch. But today, I'm going to hold my hands up. I'm going to be level headed here. And I'm just going to say at the end of the game, he simply let us down and simply wasn't dependable like we know he usually can be defensively. And he simply embarrassed himself, if you ask me. And I think he probably should be dropped. I think he probably should be rotated for the next game. I'll be completely honest with you, Jerome. And when are we going to drop him? I'm not sure because Conte seems to really like him. Conte, in fact, even said when he was asked about whether Doherty was his favorite, Conte simply said, I picked the right wing back or I picked the player for that position that I think will win us the game. He's picked Emerson every single time. So, however you want to look at it is how you want to look at it.
Thing
Perhaps
is,
we have to get used to Emerson, but I think that performance from Emerson was poor enough that he probably should be rotated, especially against Leicester, a team that's honestly quite poor. So maybe a good game for Doherty or Spence to come into, if you
Spence.
ask me.
thing
Jerome
is,
with another super chat saying we needed that creative midfielder and another center back. Dyer was very, very poor today. I think he had a lot of moments that were very moon boots-ish, but I don't know.
I
I'm
think he was the
conflicted
worst.
here, if you ask me, lads. I'm very conflicted because I find myself complimenting Dyer today, even during the watch along, Dave. I complimented him saying he's a bit snappier with it. He's a bit more progressive
and
with
what
it. He's
happened?
not as taking 12 touches on it. At the same time, though, he's making the same mistakes defensively, never stepping up when he needs to, always dropping off, always his first instinct is to do that. And I do find myself conflicted between how many excuses am I giving for Dyer versus how much do we have to just sit back and realize this guy is probably not good enough, like Jerome says here.
Look, I've been saying that a long time. People say I was most
But even
improved.
in a
Yeah,
game like today, where I thought I was complimenting him more than I usually do, you still have to look at it in the grand scheme of things like he's not really all
but
that.
the thing is, Jack, like we found ourselves, we were praising him, and then literally he does something wrong. You know, this is the problem with the guy. I mean, at
Yeah.
one stage, there was one time I was pulling my hair out. They just had a free run, completely an hour and a half, and Trincao didn't make the most of it. But Eric Dyer got sucked into midfield. Does he not realize he's the last line of defense? You know, where is he going? Look, I think
Yeah.
Dyer, for me, actually, I think he was a lot better on the ball today. I think he
Yeah.
was a lot better on the ball today. But again, I keep saying it to people about this defense. I mean, I don't know. I'm just sick to my teeth with the back line. And I get you. Look, you can't put everything on the back line today. I get that. Everybody is at fault. Management from 1 to 11, everybody. But it's the same thing last season. In tight games, can that back line hold out if we're not scoring goals or we're not playing well? Because we have to remember, this is the first game this season we haven't scored. First game this season we have not scored. So there's the test. Can that back line hold out? No. And again, I refer it to their player beats 2 players. That's by Perisic. Davies just says, go on.
Edwards should have scored, let's be honest, too.
Yeah. Davies just goes to the guy, have a shot. Hugo Lloris makes a save, and they're all high-fiving. Like they're thinking getting out of here with a draw is a good result. You know? And then because there's no one being held accountable, because there's no one bollocking anybody, everyone thinks it's okay. And then they don't, then they switch off for the corner. If Hugo Lloris done his job as a captain today and bollocked them instead of high-fiving them and goes, hang on, lads, get them fucking hands away from me. Why is that happening? That
No,
corner, that goal from that corner does not happen. We
it was a
seen it
bit similar.
we
It's a
seen it
bit
with weeks before, Jacko.
Yeah,
Højbjerg scores, we're 3-1 down
exactly.
against Liverpool.
There you go.
Højbjerg scores, Winks runs over for the high five. When things aren't going well, get that fucking shit out your game and start speaking to people. Start holding people accountable.
Exactly. Took the words out of my mouth with that Hoiberg and Winks example. I thought it was very similar situation there. Before we
Yeah,
get to the last super chat of the evening, and I'm going to give that last one to Wes before we
Yeah.
wrap up. Hennessy with a comment that I don't know, just a brilliant comment. Whether you think it summarizes the whole evening or the whole performance, maybe it doesn't, but I just think it's quite well put here. He says, "Think we needed this. Recently, we've been very sluggish, but we wiped it away as we got results. Hate to say it, but glad we lost tonight," he says. Hopefully, this will give us that kick in the ass that we needed. Hennessy, if this was a talk sport of some kind, honestly, I think that's a very clippable quote right there, my man. Very
Yeah.
clippable quote. I think that's.
Very
I don't know if
level-headed.
everybody would agree with you, but I appreciate how well you kind of put that, and how much you thought about that comment, my man. I thought I'd bring it up on screen. Pick yourself up. Um,
and
but
I agree.
Ellie with a super chat. I'm giving this to you here, Wes. She says, "Everybody, we still have to breathe, breathe, and
Yeah.
breathe again." Wes, do
Yeah,
you feel the same way? Despite this defeat, despite this capitulation at the end of the game in such a manner that was unfathomable, do we still have to maybe consider that this is our first loss this season?
yeah, and I take in both the last two comments. That you know to me, thank God it didn't happen in the league. I'd be more mad if this happened in Premier League because we're undefeated. We're trying to stay around that top three area, and we're looking like we could be challenging if we keep a steady head and we don't let stuff like this happen. Luckily, this happened in a group stage. We still have a chance to, of course, get out of this group. We're the best team. We are. If we just play like it, is the problem. So luckily, yeah, and I agree with the last comment. I think we needed this because hopefully this get Conte to know that he needs to make more than just one substitution, and he needs to not do that in the 80th minute.
Everybody
You
shares a bit
know,
of blame. You're right.
yeah,
Everybody shares
it's like the whole. That's why I'm saying this was a very confusing, weird game because Conte showed the emotion that he was frustrated, but he didn't act on taking out players, and he used the same lineup that got him top four. But as we all know, that lineup that got us top four could only take you so far. And we made 7 signings. Use them. That's really all I have to say on that.
Yeah, to be fair to him, he did use, I guess, Perisic and Richie instead,
Yeah,
but he could have gone for when it wasn't working. He could have gone for something else. And I agree with you. Like he can show the passion, be upset. The Conte cam can be very clippable, and you can see how upset he is. At the same time, he has 7 players, like you said, on the bench there that could make an impact. Whereas last season, he didn't have 7 players on the
it's
bench
all
that
that.
could make an impact. This season, he does. No matter how much we want to say maybe it's not as good as we would like it to be, there still are players available to him. But Jerome, big up Ellie though. I think we're going to
I hope
need some breathing classes taught by Mrs. Ellie, Dave.
I hope you enjoyed France, by the way, Ellie. And I know Sunday was a special day, so I hope you had a good day.
Hopefully, we can enjoy France when we go over to Marseille, Ellie. Jerome with the super chat saying, "I know everyone is going to say it is only one loss, but the poor performances have been following us for a while now. Only difference is we were winning our games those times." This is the thing, Dave. Is I see Jerome's point because I think this is a very commonly held opinion of the Spurs fan base. So I might be probably defending us a bit too much here, but I sort of look at the games like Fulham and I'm like, well, we deserve to win that 5 goals to nil. Like if any,
Yeah.
even Mitrovic's goal was an absolute worldie. You sort of look at Forest, like I know we got dominated that game, but what did they actually really create at the end of the day? Even Steve Cooper, when given the chance to probably shit all over Spurs and go like, oh, look at how much possession they gave us, he said we didn't do anything with it. He actually left that game very frustrated. Even Guendouzi against Marseille, despite that maybe not being a 4-0 performance, Guendouzi left that game and had some quotes saying basically we couldn't do much with it. And there were very few opportunities where they gave us time to have 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, whatever it was. And I don't know. I think we stifled a lot of teams, and I think people have forgotten that. Perhaps this Sporting team, we didn't stifle as much as we would like. I think I even said that in the watch along. The part that I was maybe more worried about was I think Marseille didn't threaten our goal nearly as much in the same ways that Sporting did. What Sporting was quite good at was getting the ball into those tricky players, and then they could beat one or two guys, and all of a sudden they were actually running at our back line. I don't think Marseille ever could do that, and nor do I think they will be able to do that to us. But I don't know. It's just I see where Jerome is coming from, because I think this is a very commonly held opinion, Dave. But I think we also have to look at performances where Spurs were obviously the better team.
Yeah, look, I think what I will say is it's always a good sign that even when the performances aren't at your best level, you're still picking up points. I mean, we could have lost all them games, we didn't, and we found a way. But what I will say is today probably serves as a reality check, to the players. I reckon, because you could see the complacency. That high fiving was complacency. Someone put it in the comments, brilliant. Complacency breeds laziness. And that's exactly what happened with that corner kick there. And I think it'll serve as a reality check, because I think there's no doubt they've been walking around. We're undefeated. We're the big swinging dicks in the room, whatever. You know what I mean? I think they got caught today. I think it might serve as a fucking reality check for them that, okay, yeah, we've been getting away with it, and now we do need to up our levels of performances. And hopefully that reaction comes against Leicester. But even then, it's a hard one to judge because Leicester is shit. But at the end of the day, we also have to accept that until we get a Danny Rose, a Kyle Walker, a Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld, Moussa Dembele, Wanyama, you know what I mean? Maybe a Christian Eriksen type player. You're going to see this football because the system has to be set up for us to be hard to beat in order to get results out of the games. It's that simple. It's that simple. So we may get used to it. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's the sexiest football ever. Do I want to see us do what Wes was talking about, like Bayern Munich and stuff, one touch pass, and everyone knows where everyone is? Of course I do. Of course I do.
I mean, but we were.
The name of the game is winning games. You've got to set yourself up to be hard to beat if you're not performing well.
If I'm going to be honest, though, lads, I mean, we were going for some one-touch, silky passing, flick-ons and whatnot when we had plenty of time on the ball, and we simply failed it. So, again, I'll come back to this. I think if we rewatch this game, we'll see how many opportunities the front three simply wasted when they had plenty of time on the ball. That's the opportunity to look like Bayern. That's the opportunity to look like a prime Barcelona. And I don't think our front three did that. I think our front three, in fact, wasted a lot of chances to look as good as we know they can be. So I don't know, but we'll take another look at it, of course, when we go.
Just going to interrupt quickly, Jack. I'm going to have to bounce because I have to head over to my dinner. My ma for her birthday, and she's waiting on me. So you and Wes will only be a few more minutes anyway.
No worries. Yeah, I think we're only going to be a few more minutes. But everybody, wish Dave's mom a happy birthday, and wish Dave well as well. I think he's
everybody. Exactly. Like Jack says, I know it's a bad evening, but wish my mother a happy birthday in the chat. That'd be grateful, and I know she would appreciate it. And look, just quickly, I know we're disappointed, we're angry and stuff like that. But look, we go again against Leicester and we feed the fucking foxes who are hungry. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Dave. See you soon, brother.
See you, lads.
Alrighty. Everybody, we're going to keep moving on, though. We're going to finish with this super chat from Loves Music here saying, I was working and missed it. Keep the faith, team. Once we find our groove, we will absolutely pulverize teams. City only team playing well at the moment. Come on, you Spurs. Certainly, I guess City is the only team winning at the moment. But for me, Wes, I feel like we need a good result now against Leicester after this sort of performance. I wanted us to get 3 points here. In fact, I thought this was sort of supposed to be an easier week for us, considering the week that we had, I guess, ahead of, or to prepare for this game. But I said Leicester should be a 3-0, 4-0 performance. I mean, I did mean it then, but I probably mean it even more now. I think they need a good comeback sort of performance, a 3-0 or a 4-0 against Leicester. Something that's convincing is what's needed.
Yeah, that it's a Premier League game, so you already know I'm looking to stay undefeated after that Leicester game. No matter what, we should be able to beat them. If he puts out the lineup, we're gonna have to stick with that lineup. But I think Royale should be rotated, and I think this is a good team for somebody like Spence to play against. Of course, that wasn't all right Royale's fault at all. I'm not just going at him, but it's the whole team, of course. But he needs to do some rotation, and some new plans, new ideas. Maybe drop Son. I know for that Leicester game, a lot of people are going to probably be like, "Nah, Son should be able to play against them," But you'll be surprised, from what's been going on for this season, particularly. So, but I'm looking to stay undefeated after that game. Whether it's a draw or win, we
Yeah,
should get it.
stay undefeated in the Prem.
We should
Yeah.
beat this team 3-0. Like, there's really no excuses.
Definitely stay undefeated in the Prem is what I want to go for as well. Definitely big yourself up, my man. And just trying to, sorry, everybody, going to scroll up to the chat here, but loves music. Appreciate the support, my man. And as well, I think we should keep our heads up. Hopefully, we do get that convincing performance against Leicester City. Then we can sort of forget about this. I am a bit disappointed, though, because I wanted us to get sort of 9 points or 12 points as soon as possible in the Champions League. That way, we could rotate in games like this in the Champions League. I guess we're going to have to pay the price for it. Last comment here. Michael saying, "Hi, guys. I was in a car for the majority of the match, reached my destination at the 88th minute, and matched my face when I checked the score after unpacking." That is absolutely cruel, Michael. And it just sort of shows just how much we capitulated ourselves at the end of the game, my man. But everybody, as for now, we're just going to leave you there. I would say enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Maybe enjoy the rest of the Champions League games if you can. We'll be back tomorrow with some tactical breakdowns, back tomorrow with some Twitter kind of reactions as well. Plenty of content, as always, on the channel. Do hit that like button on your way out. As always, though, come on, you Spurs. In Conte we trust, and we will be seeing you.